again. Your brackets are set for the NCAA basketball tournament with your 1 seeds Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Play-in games start Tuesday night. Texas A&M came in at number 4 seed. They'll take on Yale Thursday, tip 6:25. The Dallas Cowboys waved goodbye to quarterback Cooper Rush. He is now a Baltimore Raven. He signed a 2-year, $12.2 million deal with $4.2 million guaranteed. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
No, it's not going to happen.
No, don't do it.
Hey, everybody gather around. We got a bunch to talk about. It's the Morning Huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. We'll leave intros to those that know what they're doing. I got mine. He got his. Welcome aboard the Morning Huddle. I'm Rob. No AJ for the next couple of days. He is spending a couple of days at Trembling Hills.
Right? He's
getting over a nervous condition.
Yeah, he'll be fine, though.
We expect him to make a full recovery. His doctor says it's just dehydration.
Too much beer.
Too much of a lot of stuff.
Too much motor
So
oil
he's just going to spend
drinking.
some time in a quiet room.
Nice pillow room.
He has taken a vacay. He's taken the fam to San Diego.
Wow.
You know, in Spanish, I hear tell.
You hear what?
I hear tell.
Oh, I hear tell.
That San Diego.
San Diego.
In Spanish has something to do with a whale's female anatomy.
Aha.
I hear tell.
Is that what that is?
It means, have you heard this?
Nuh-uh.
That San Diego in Spanish means whale's vagina.
What?
I've heard this. I don't know where.
Really?
Google it.
Let's see.
Just Google San Diego and whale's vagina.
Let me see.
And it'll come out a very common thing. Hey, morning, everybody. It's going to be a busy, busy Monday. We had, of course, the tournament is set. The good news is Texas wasn't the subject of debate. They got in. We knew on Friday they were safely ensconced in the finals. The arguments today will be about North Carolina, whether they should or shouldn't. We'll look at all the top fours. No surprise there. I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but we can check the tape on this. I think I started talking about Florida about 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I think the first time I witnessed Florida, I was a win at home. I don't remember exactly who it was. It was an SEC game. And I realized that, in March is all about guard play and experienced guard play. And I realized that that Florida had 3 experienced guards and one that could. You got 3 guards that could start on 80% of the college basketball teams across the country. You're probably in a pretty good place. They're big at guard. They're great in the front. Florida, one of those top 4s. They're still my number 1 seed. I've got them picked. I want to hear from you guys all day long. If you haven't and you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch us live in a couple of places. For those that are just arriving because they're excited about their alma mater, San Diego State College of the Bay, or whatever that is, getting in for their first try. Maybe you're a Drake fan and wanting to find out about your team. You're in the right place. But if you want to watch, ordinarily me today, you can do it at a couple places. We recommend going to YouTube. That's where you can go. Just dial in SA Sports Star, click on the Morning Huddle, and then make sure you like us and continue to watch all the Morning Brigade. Good morning to you. I've got gifts for you. 7, 8, and 9, we got all kinds of stuff to give away. At 7 o'clock, if you're a Morning Brigade type, and that's in 1 hour, I'm going to give away Cavalera tickets. You know that dude? A little bit harder than my taste. We'll play some music and get you ready for it. But Cavalera is coming to the Aztec Theater on the 26th of March. Yay, just 9 days from now. And if you're on the Brigade Bar at 7 o'clock, I'm going to give you fair warning. These are going to be up for you because AJ says he likes you. I literally love you. So you can take that for what it's worth. But he likes, I love what we do.
Then we also got at 8 a.m., what is it?
Papa Roach.
Papa Roach.
I'm going to open that to the big folks.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, welcome to the 90s, baby. See, Papa Roach, Limp Bizkit.
Oh, that little
Sublime.
era there. Yeah.
You know that era? It was about the time I checked out of popular music.
Yeah, kind of me too.
And it wasn't them so much, because I like that kind of ska-driven, kind of white boy rap, California surfer rap crap.
Right.
I mean, for a minute, it was all right.
Yeah, I was DJing more at the time, and I kind of got away from it.
It kind of went. It kind of felt at that moment, kind of like it did right before when we were all dancing to some kind of Bohemian Monk song. Remember that song about 1990? Where there was like these,
oh yeah, what is it? Enigma. Yeah.
So right about when we started dancing to Monks, it was time for a change, and like Nirvana showed up when we were dancing around to Monks.
Yeah, kind of the Gregorian thing was kind of.
It was time to kind of change the channel. Yeah. I think about the time Papa Roach hit, it was kind of about time to change the channel for my life. We were ready for a little bit of a reboot. I don't know what that was. I just know I was tired of that. We got Papa Roach tickets. It's a Mellow Mushroom Monday, so let's all chill together. And at 9 o'clock, I got some of those. Of course, we're just 3 weeks away.
I know,
from
it's
the
already
world
here.
arriving on our doorstep.
Yeah,
and I got tickets to the college slam dunk 3-point championship. That'll be throughout the hour as well. We'll talk some NFL, of course. Cooper Rush.
Man,
fare thee well, my brother.
He gone.
Had himself a nice weekend. Got a nice little payday. He is the photo negative to Lamar Jackson now. He's going to be the backup there in Baltimore. Got 4.2 guaranteed. I think a little bit over 12 million total. Well paid for a man of his ilk. It's one of those guys you just kind of wave goodbye fondly.
Yeah. How long?
Thank you so much, Cooper.
How long was he with us?
That's a good question. I think he first got with the Cowboys back in 1900.
It's been a minute.
No, he's been around, 6 years?
Yeah, because he was around for, of course, when Prescott hurt his ankle.
I remember the first time I saw him in training camp. What was always so surprising to me about Cooper Rush was his size.
Really?
He's a big cat.
How tall are you?
Oh, he's my height. I'm 6'3", almost 6'4", and he looks me in the forehead.
Wow.
I mean, big old boy. I mean, he looks like a quarterback until got a cannon and all that. He always acquitted himself like that dude's a quarterback. Always has been. And always will be. There was never any doubt that's what he was. And he just appeared that way and flowed through. The Cowboys will miss his stability because what manifested on the field when he came on and went 4-1, and every time he stepped in and played for Dak, there was a reason for that respect, and that's not earned, but for you have to show it in practice and you have to earn it in games. And once you get that respect from your offense, from your team, you're golden. But it's hard to find those backups that can do that. And Cooper, through the amount of trust he was given through a couple of coaches, earned every penny of it. We're gonna miss him, but he was an extravagance now.
Right. So who are the backups now? Who do we have now?
The upset guy, Will Greer, the West Virginia guy.
Ah, that's right.
Who's probably mad about his basketball team not getting in and North Carolina getting in. But we're going to talk a little bit about that. So we got more NBA stuff. We can't forget about the Spurs. I went to the game on Friday night. And
how was that?
It was the most embarrassing exhibition of what you might want to call basketball I've seen from the Spurs. I don't know, in 35 years.
Really?
I'm not.
It was that bad?
I'm not going extravagant here. They made Nick Smith Jr. from Charlotte in the first half look like NBA's royalty. They could Charlotte, which is also, keep in mind, with a worse record than us, and it benefits us not at all,
right,
to lose to them. We're not going to catch them. We're not going to lose enough to catch Charlotte. They're in the bottom four regardless. This is one of those games you circle as the general manager and the coach, like, okay, we don't expect to win a lot of them. In fact, we want to lose most of them. But when you're playing at home on Military Appreciation Night, now, I know you don't have Wemby, but the least we can do is provide just a little bit of effort. They damn near gave up 80 points in the first half to a team worse than them, by the record. And anybody who's watched the Spurs will play over the last 10 games knows there ain't about one or two that are. And it was as embarrassing an exhibition. And it's one of those things where I get it if you're playing a team that is really good, that just cuts and does the things that great teams do and embarrasses you in front of your friends and family at home. No, this is a team that's made up of Miles Bridges and the rest. You let young Ball embarrass you. Yeah, that's you, Steph. And, and we'll leave it at that because they did bounce back against the juggernaut Pelicans. And they got to win. So we'll call it 500 for the weekend and carry on. We'll talk Spurs as they welcome in the Timberwolves, the white-hot Timberwolves. Tonight, we might have seen the last win from our great San Antonio Spurs. There might be one that sneaks in there. But
That's it.
I just couldn't get over how bad that went. I just couldn't. It was. I haven't left at halftime in a long time.
Yeah. In a way, it's good that Wemby's out because it doesn't really matter.
Well,
right?
No, it doesn't. But the Spurs are in a lucky situation in that they can win a few games. You can actually try to win.
Okay.
Because the best you can achieve really is the worst record or in the bottom four. And after that, the odds are weighted a lot against you. Right, if you're in the 5 or 6, there's been some bumps. But for the most part, if you're not in the 4, you're going to end up right about where you belong. So there's some leeway for the Spurs to actually take advantage of teams like Charlotte and New Orleans that are truly kind of jockeying in that bottom 4 for just a few more ping pong balls, 1 or 2. And beat them. They want to be beaten. And you're giving up 121 points per 100 possessions is the last number I saw, which is just about the best barometer of what your defense is. That's biblically bad, and you get to the level of want to.
Right.
You see Bronny get heckled this weekend?
I saw a little bit of it.
Your feigns shake?
Yeah.
Or your chains fake? Did I say feigns shake? That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Your feigns shake. That should be our monthly catchphrase. Yo, bro, your feigns shake.
Your feigns shake.
What are the kids saying? Is that cool?
Nah.
Your chain's fake.
Your chain is fake. Which the excuse would be, I don't want it to get stolen. I have the real one at home. I have a replica.
No.
No, you just...
I believe you weren't being heckled for your drip. I feel bad that all you can come back on is my gold's real and yours is fake.
Yeah.
Because your game's fake. I was like, bro, seriously. Because, he doesn't realize. It's one of those things he thought that was good. He thought that gave him some cred that, mine's real.
Right. Well, it better be real.
Well, I think we all assume yes.
See, the assumption.
You don't have to tell me that it's real. I kind of assume that you're part of the lucky sperm club, so carry on, brother. It's real.
Yeah.
I just kind of guessed it probably was.
The privileged.
And you got 8 cars in your driveway. I assume that, too. But you know what's fake?
9 cars.
Your career.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Carry on, Bronny. I appreciate you giving me some ammo, but that was spectacular. Hey, it's going to be a busy day today. It won't be any fun unless you hang along with us. You got something to say, sound off like you got a pair, and that can be either upstairs or downstairs, if you know what I mean. There are no pronouns here. 656-3776. Look, I'm alone today. AJ's on the road, so let's have some fun. I know he's such a... See, I was telling Vic when I got here, I've hosted thousands and thousands of shows.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands, by myself, done a lot of stuff at a lot. And it's like riding a bike. But when you sit in the chair that I sit in now, which is more of a, I'm the fungo guy.
Right.
You know what? I tee it up, you go get it kind of stuff. My job is just to kind of react. It's very different.
Yeah, it is.
I had to kind of work this morning. So the least you can do is help a brother out. You know what I mean?
I know.
So give us a call. Give us whatever you want to do on the Brigade Bar. Keep it clean. Keep it fun, but keep it active. Let's talk about it. Coming back, let's look at brackets. Let's look at some early upsets. Where's Texas landing? Is A&M going to survive those brainiacs? The story continues. Hold on tight. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a new trouble spot on the far east side on I-10 eastbound at 1604. That's an accident. Another crash at 37 southbound. That off-ramp to Houston Street is blocked. Now, we do have closures due to road work. 35 northbound Eisenhower up to Walsham. And then on 35 northbound Loop 410 over to Randolph Boulevard. 1604 northbound, look out to Nacogdoches. Traffic being diverted onto the frontage road, still closed with road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to get Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay, let me tell you. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code ALAMO. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
Lives? At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone, any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Basketball Madness headquarters is always at Twin Peaks, and the Blitz is live this Thursday and Friday to cover all the action.
This Thursday, we're at Twin Peaks Park North, and Friday, we're at the Westover Hills location.
Catch all the madness in the best seats in the house with the lovely ladies of Twin Peaks. Happy hour food and drink specials along with the frosty 29-cent drafts.
It's this Thursday. The Blitz is live 2 to 6 at Twin Peaks Park North, and then Friday, we're doing it again at Twin Peaks Westover Hills. Put on your dancing shoes and pick up your phones. It's time to make picks on March college basketball. With Underdog, you can bring that excitement to wherever you watch. Playing on their app is as easy as choosing higher or lower on player stats like points, assists, rebounds, and more. Get those picks right, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Millions of fans have won billions on Underdog. Will you be next? Get in the game by signing up for Underdog using promo code STAR to claim a gimme pick as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you deposit. Cash in on every bucket this season with Underdog. Sign up using promo code STAR. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Guys, if you're not feeling like yourself anymore, testosterone therapy or TRT may be the answer. Look for the VIP treatment with the TRT experts at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. With over a decade of TRT experience, book your appointment at synergenicshealth.com.
At Lowe's, our members get more. With the My Lowe's Rewards programs, members earn points on eligible purchases. Plus, you can shop member-only deals for your home and business every week. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we're going to be live at the Rue Pub celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
The green beer is going to be flowing along with the conversation of who's in, who's not in the tournament.
And, of course, we'll have the latest in the NFL free agency news.
It's St. Patrick's Day Monday. Join us at the best place to celebrate, Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Hey, make sure you're putting on green unless you want to get pinched.
Yeah. I almost forgot this morning.
I didn't.
And I have, like I was telling Rob, I only have one green shirt.
I don't own anything green.
I know.
So I actually ordered, for those on the Brigade Bar, I dressed just for you.
Yeah, see, look at that.
And if, because I had this vast, we had this vast reach because of Vic's expertise via the interwebs. And if you notice behind me, we've got these frames. This is only for the Brigade Bar. And if you're on the terrestrial, if you're in your cars, mind the brake lights. I'm talking to those that are online. Right. You'll see register today. It's for the golf tournament. See right here. It says sasportstar.com. If you go there and you're listening to a radio around your house or on your phone, if you want to watch us live and look at my cool new green shirt, you can. It's by a brand name Raised by Coyotes. And if you'd like to sponsor me or any part of this show, RBC, I can give you a phone number. So brackets are set.
Finally.
You know, there's some universal truths to the NCAA tournament. Things that have held true for as long as I've played a role or been a part of this great game called basketball. Seriously, guard leadership wins tournament games. That's a universal axiom. I don't care the year. I don't care where the MVP or the mop. I don't care what it was. A senior or junior guard led the way. Now, Michael hit a jump shot, but there's leadership on that team. Seniors win. Great talent plays and gets there. Seniors and guidance and, seniority wins. And this year, more than any other year, there are more great guards on good basketball teams spread thin that I've ever seen. That being said, this looks pretty chalk. That being said, I think universally, looking at this, and there's a reason behind it. And it's part of the creation that has become this NCAA tournament. And more importantly, the conferences that make up the guaranteed bids, and then those that fill in the gaps. Because of these super conferences, you're going to see more and more of a upper echelon kind of thing, at least this year. This looks very, very chalk. It just, you're looking at the one seeds early matchups. Duke got favors. Duke got the easiest early run. They got a break early on. They got teams they can beat, given the lineup that they've got, minus Cooper Flagg. Now, they can't win it all without him, but they're a Sweet 16 team with him.
How many more weeks is he out, do you think?
Well, they don't. They're being coy. They're hoping for Friday. We talked about this last week, and I honestly have not checked a medical report on him since he went down or the day after. And,
Right.
they were all pretty positive, the X-rays, negatives, MRIs, and he was walking around.
Yeah.
I always go back to the fact whenever you're working with a kid or have been around somebody who rolls an ankle like that, the question is this your first time? Because if it's your first time, if you've never sprained your ankle before, as a guy who's done that and some other things, it's the most painful thing you could do. A severely sprained ankle hurts far more than a torn ACL. Trust me, I've done them both. It hurts so bad. And then you grade down. If that's the severe, even at just a simple roll, just a quick little tweak, like it appears what he dealt with.
Right.
It feels like you've been shot. Your foot goes numb. You get sick to your stomach. You've never felt anything like that. Yeah. And then very quickly that pain kind of goes away. And I said it last week, and I'll tell you again. When I saw him leave on a wheelchair with a towel over his head, and granted that's to save him, not to make him walk, but
Right.
No one likes to leave anywhere on a wheelchair, especially in front of your mama. You don't want to leave on a wheelchair in front of your mom. So you're going to walk till as far as you can. So he, on the wheelchair, you could tell he thought it was over. They're going to have to cut his foot off. And then very quickly, if you start moving around, you start realizing, well, wait a minute.
He's walking back out.
And then he walked back out. And obviously there's going to be some swelling and some black and blue and some yellow. But that can be worked out. We'll have Dr. Garrett on Wednesday, and he'll explain how. And the technologies that are now available to get people back in the game.
I know, right?
I expect him quicker. I expect him quicker than others. Auburn, the number 1 overall seed, rightfully so. You're that good in a conference that good, despite the late loss. Deservedly so. I will say this: I think everybody looks at them as probably the second on there. Obviously, Auburn's got a lot of fans, and Joe Nye certainly deserves the team and the accolades. But it appears, coming out through the tournament, that while Auburn stubbed their toe against A&M, it did expose something about Auburn. And one of them is something that's only out of their control in that it's something they can't fix, and that's their physical shape. It just appeared they were running out of gas. Now, they're going to get some time to breathe, but that wasn't the Auburn team that we saw a couple of weeks back. And I think that Auburn team, they're just tired, banged up. I don't think Jonai Broom's been healthy for weeks. And I think this week or a couple of days off and losing late will help them in the long run. But even despite that, I think Florida, by most measures, certainly mine, looks like the team with the second easiest run and the most likely to win. They bring guard leadership. They're big up front. They fought hard in the toughest conference in the history of college basketball and took that tournament late. What are your thoughts? You got to pick underdogs. We're going to look at that next. But no, we're not going to go there next. We cannot go more than 30 minutes into any talk radio show in the state of Texas without talking about the fair-haired Cooper Rush. NFL free agency carrying on over the weekend. Not unexpected. Now, the team might be a bit of a surprise. Cooper Rush is no longer a Dallas Cowboy getting paid for services rendered for the Cowboys. We'll talk about where he's going. And there's a pair of wide receivers up in Ohio that got a pay raise together. I wonder who bought the drinks. We'll talk about that next. And make sure you get signed up for our golf tournament. That's just a couple of weeks away next. This is the fine Morning Huddle. I'm Rob. AJ will be back on Thursday. Hang with me. We'll be right back here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a new trouble spot on the far east side on I-10 eastbound at 1604. That's an accident. Another crash at 37 southbound. That off-ramp to Houston Street is blocked. Now, we do have closures due to road work. 35 northbound Eisenhower up to Walsham. And then on 35 northbound Loop 410 over to Randolph Boulevard. 1604 northbound, look out to Nacogdoches. Traffic being diverted onto the frontage road, still closed with road work. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com. Like you know to check you have gas first before road tripping through the desert.
Empty? Seriously? Maybe I can walk.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So if you want to save money, check Allstate first at 888-ALLSTATE or allstate.com.
Maybe I can't.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Carbach Brewing was not born in San Antonio, Texas, but they have certainly gone out of their way to make San Antonio their second home. We had the head brewer come in, and he said when they first started to reach outside of Houston, San Antonio was the place they wanted to be, and does it show. Carbach beer is all over our great city, from their in-your-face flagship IPA, Hopadillo, to the Ziegenbach, to their bestseller, the Love Street, their Style Blonde. There is something for everyone in Carbach's lineup, and it is all over the place. Of course, you're going to find it at the grocery stores. Of course, you're going to find it at the liquor stores, but it's also at a bunch of bars and restaurants around town. They wanted to make this their second home, and that's what it's become. So when you're out, you're watching the games at your local sports bar, your local restaurant, your local hangout, you're thinking, I want to elevate my beer game a little bit. Well, friend, wherever you're at, they probably have some Carbach either on tap or in cans. So when you're out and about doing your thing, go ahead and make sure to ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at CircaLasVegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
Nigel, what are you doing with all this stuff in the break room? It looks like a farmer's market in here.
I'm changing my eating habits, embracing good quality nutrition with fresh produce.
Call Quarter Moon for your $58.99 AC inspection. For a limited time, just $58.99.
Nigel, that's a pretty impressive healthy salad you've assembled.
Thanks, Joel. Now step back. The grease is hot.
Grease?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
At Round Table Pizza, our signature ingredients like made-from-scratch dough, our 3-cheese blend, and toppings all the way to the edge create your perfect pizza. Try our new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza, available for a limited time. You can enjoy a large for only $19.99 at participating locations. Plus, pair your pizza with our irresistible shareables. To find your nearest location or to order for pickup or delivery, head to roundtablepizza.com. That's roundtablepizza.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The Easter Bunny? He's lost his dazzle. His tail? Flatter than a pancake.
Yeah, no more poof, see?
And those eggs? They're supposed to be spiffy, colorful, full of magic, but the trap, streaky, like they've been kissed by dust bunnies.
And when the cabbage wish shelling out for eggs, they ought to be the cat's pajamas. But nope, everything's on the fritz, and we know why.
Hard water.
Nasty build-up, filmy gunk. It's giving the whole shebang the heebie-jeebies.
It needs a Connecticut. Their line electric, high-efficiency water softness make water the bee's knees. Your skin, smoother than a gangster's alibi. And eggs?
Gleaming like gold in a G-Man's pocket.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off for trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE.
It's a limited time, so hop to it, see?
License number 38961.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
For golf, for those that have that availability here on St. Paddy's Day, we have our golf date just around the corner. You going to come play with us? Get yourself registered at sanantoniosportstar.com. That's the easiest place to go. Last I saw, we were down to about, let's see what we got here. We're down to about 25. We'll be playing on April the 14th. The tee off at 9. It'll be at the Golf Club of Tejas down there on the west side. Beautiful course. If you haven't been there recently, Joe Randigo's not lying to you on the spots. It's one of those beautiful Texas Hill Country courses with scenic views for miles. Come out and play with us. This is all brought to you by the Golf Club of Texas, of course, Flight by Yingling, Next Generation of Light Beer, sponsored in part by Encira.com and PPL Motorhomes. And afterwards, the Blitz will be hosting a fine talk radio show there at the Hangar Bar on Potranco on that side of town. Easy way to end your day as we, AJ and I host the award show, which means we're going to be out at the golf course all day long. We're going to take Edwin along. He's going to be our chauffeur. You ready for this?
Designated driver?
Yeah. our golf course DD. Edwin, you're my basketball local. Who do you have winning it now, off the top of your bat, before you hand the baton off to Vic, who has just recently voided himself?
Florida.
Florida?
I know that's chalky, but they're the most complete team.
I don't think you're like that. I don't think you're alone in that. Florida. It's funny, after all of this, after such a remarkable basketball year, and I think we all realized it as the conference tournaments wore on, it became very evident that, there's always compelling stories at the end of a tournament. I mean, no matter what, to tune into a championship game, both teams have a story, and they're always compelling. Very rarely is a conference tournament hyper interesting on the first day, on Tuesday or Wednesday. Very rarely do you dive into a tournament where on really the first official day, like Thursday of last week for the SEC, the first day where everybody's laced up and ready to go. Not the play-in,
not the happy to be here games, which even were compelling on the first weekend of the SEC. But on the first day of the tournament, I've never witnessed anything like we got to see. And I say the tournament, the weekend of Big Five tournaments on Thursday. I've never witnessed anything like that. I've never experienced a weekend of basketball that felt like with every game another Sweet 16 game, which are now conference rematches and grudge matches, which take on an entirely different flavor. But, oh, my God. So the outcome of this is, what is typical with any tournament is you either get a clash of the Titans or a clash of the streaks. And it's just a balance of how much you get of one versus the other that really makes up what makes things historical. Because a historical tournament can be Villanova, a team with a streak that has a great story and a coach. The story of a tournament, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go Google 1985. The story of the tournament can be the Cinderella, which will live forever and be talked about in barbershops until we're all gone. Or it can be a clash of the Titans. It can be the ones. And there's been a lot of those. Where it can be the true big boys on the blocks meeting someplace and figuring out who's the best. And the more you get, the more historical things become. And what has been a historical season, just by its structure, it was going to be historical, but by luck, or no, not so much by luck, by preparation, at least one conference stole the show. That was compelling basketball through and through, top to bottom, and it was the SEC. And as we look at the brackets, it's going to be reflected in that. So remember, as you go through these brackets, even if you last saw one of these teams go down, and maybe not as, and what might have been less than brilliant fashion, look tired, no want to, remember what they did, where they did it, and for how long they did it. Because the teams coming out of the SEC and the teams coming out of the Big 12, they've been doing it a long time. There will be no surprises. There'll be nothing that they see in this tournament that they have not already seen at least once. And trust me, that matters. Because this is where things double. And the more you've seen of this stuff, the easier it gets. None of it's easy, but this is about as easy as it comes. It looks like it's going chalk. What do you guys think? Florida? Vic, have you done anything? First of all, how you feeling?
I feel a lot better now. A new man. A
little behind the scenes. You know, you get here on a Monday morning, and you just never know what to expect. You get here and you walk in, so what's going on? Oh, phones don't work. Oh, okay. Let's carry on. Oh, what's going on? We cannot edit sound.
Yeah.
Now, for whatever reason.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fixed. See, that's the other thing. It's like NASA. It's always fixed.
Right. But it's always a problem to begin with.
Just in time. So everything going good?
Yeah, everything's going good so far. Okay. I just printed out another bracket thing. Which one seed's going to go down?
We're going to look at that. The most likely upsets.
I was thinking about that.
And we're going to do that about 7:15.
Okay.
So circle your most likely upsets. Because I'm going to throw mine in. I think we should put together a pot. I think we should put something together with one of the prizes today.
All right.
I think at the 9 o'clock hour, let's do this. I want to take a poll. And it's only on the Brigade Bar. And I'll keep bringing this up, and we're going to do this through the show. Or should we put it on? Or should we put it on Twitter?
Put it on the Brigade Bar.
You want to put it on the Brigade Bar? Okay. So as we go to break, I'm going to put this question on the Brigade Bar. I'll put it in there. I want everybody to follow it. And essentially what it's going to be is I want you to pick me the most likely number 1 or 2, top 2 seed upset. I want to be able to spread it amongst 8 teams so we get some variance here. I think there's one most likely, but we'll see. And also your lowest ranked upset. And if we can come to a consensus, a person who chose one of those will be chosen to win a pair of tickets to the College Slam Dunk and 3-point championship, the thing that's really cool. Be going down at the Frost Bank Center just in a couple of weeks in preparation for the Final Four. So, again, I'm going to put it on the Brigade Bar. The way you play is we're going to get you to go vote, and we're going to give me 2 teams. One is the most likely upset, the team that you think is going to lose in the top 2 seeds, 1 and 2. And then your lowest ranked upset team, your lowest ranked team that's going to win a game on the first weekend. Pick those 2. We're going to find a consensus among those both, and one of those that chooses in the crowd will get to win. So if you're right, and we believe you're right, you have the best chance of winning. And that'll be a pair of tickets. If we have great turnout on that, we might even throw in some Mellow Mushroom Mondays. So get on the Brigade Bar. If you don't know how to do that while we go to break, pull over on the side of the road, get in line there at Whataburger, get yourself a bob, and while you're doing that, play with your phone and get yourself signed up at SA Sports Star and over on YouTube. Well, we'll be right back. This is Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Gosh, I want to. Vic, I want to.
What? What do you want to do?
What everybody is doing right now but me.
But eating?
No. Well, I'm about to eat this.
Okay.
I'm about to eat this, but the song.
Oh.
This is one of those things. It's kind of like if you ever are just scrolling through back in the old days when you hadn't cut the cable and you'd scroll back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you'd cross over, say, Ocean's 11, and no matter where it was, you had to finish it.
Right.
If you're ever pushing buttons and you hear this and it's right at the very beginning,
you just listen to it.
You got to sing.
Yeah.
Not so much this part. The bridge, not so much. But if you hit it at the right part, if your mind is racing but your body's in the lead, you got to sing that out loud. I hope you did that. Hey, and we want to thank who's this?
Who?
Jimmy. Jimmy brought Pan Dulce this morning.
Famous James.
No.
Oh, not famous. Who is it?
I don't know.
Who is that? What'd they bring?
Somebody, Jimmy. These. Want to thank whoever brought these.
Okay.
Looks like a lovely box of Pan Dulce.
Man. This always happens when AJ's not here.
Well, it actually says because AJ's not here.
You see? Yeah, he's going to be upset.
I don't know what that means.
Well,
maybe it's in sadness. But if you
previously,
Jimmy,
anytime he's not here, there's always food will appear.
How's that one taste? Is that a concha you got?
Oh yeah, it's really good.
See, the thing about conchas is they look so much sweeter than they're going to be, and I'm such a painfully white man.
Yes, you are.
That I need the sugars.
Yeah.
You know what? I need it to be sweet, like those rolled croissants with the sugar on them that H-E-B sells.
Ooh.
That are 99% sugar and 1% dough. I don't know how the sugar and the dough manage to hang together like they do.
They have 5,000 calories.
Oh
like
my
that?
God, Dr. Torres, please pay no attention to the previous statement.
Yeah, yeah. Tune away, Dr. Torres, real quick.
Those are crazy. So I asked during the break, and we're going to do this all show long, so I'm going to remind you periodically. First of all, you need to go to sasportstar.com. We get graded on this stuff. We want to kick this up a notch. I want you to hit there, and there'll be a reward for it at 9 o'clock. And I called the suits, and they didn't answer, so I'm just going to make up the rules as we go. At 9 o'clock, I'm going to give away to the Brigade Bar and to the Brigade Bar only a combo pack of two things. You're going to get a collection of tickets to the College Slam Dunk 3-Point Championship. That'll be April the 3rd at the Frost Center in preparation for the Final Four. Been there to the last couple they've had here. It's awesome. Slam dunk shoots and all the kids from across the country coming and having a good time. One of those great made-for-TV events. And to celebrate on another day, it's a Mellow Mushroom Monday, and you'll win the Mellow Mushroom Monday Awards, which are appropriate to your status as a San Antonio Sports Star Brigade Bar member. So what I want you to put on there throughout the show, and good morning all, Ren, Vince, Casey, I can keep strolling, Lone Star, Greg, and so forth. Good morning all, thanks for joining us. I got my glasses on, I can read these today. We're going to give this away at 9 o'clock. So hold on tight. Man, your brackets are set. It's fun to talk about basketball that really matters and not that crap that's been served up to us in the Frost Center. And oh, by the way, they're going to shovel some more crap tonight as they welcome in the T-Puppies. That's radio lingo. The T-Wolves are coming, and we got more to do. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I hate this camera angle. I got a big old belly. Look at that. Oh, big belly.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas, what a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagel. You know, now is a great time of year to get your roof inspected and ready for our crazy spring weather. Be it hot, cold, rain, or hail. Who knows what Mother Nature has in store for us this year. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994. You know, your roof protects your home and your family. A quality roof overhead means comfort, confidence, and certainly peace of mind. Now is the time to get your roof ready for spring. Call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer. Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that catch-up.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Ectoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Ectoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Ectoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Ectoderm Flare Control Cream.
Ectoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a closure due to a major accident, I-10 eastbound, 1604 over to Greytown. It's causing about a 45-minute delay. Traffic is being detoured onto the frontage road, so expect delays to start right around Foster Road. 151 eastbound Callahan, accident right lane, and 35 northbound Eisenhower to Walsham. They just picked up that road work. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, give us a call on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Let the madness begin. Your brackets are set for the NCAA basketball tournament with your 1 seeds Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Play-in games start Tuesday night. Texas A&M came in at number 4 seed. They'll take on Yale Thursday, tip 6:25. The Dallas Cowboys waved goodbye to quarterback Cooper Rush. He is now a Baltimore Raven. He signed a 2-year, $12.2 million deal with $4.2 million guaranteed. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Not going to happen. Sorry. At least not till Thursday. Hey, welcome aboard. It's the Morning Huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. The guy that sits to my right, normally my good friend and hostesser with a mostesser. He gone. He gone.
He in Vegas.
He's spending the week. No, he's not even in Vegas anymore.
Oh, that's right. In Sandal.
No, his cover story.
Oh, yeah.
Is he's spending a couple of days in Trembling Hills.
Okay.
Drying out from he's got an addiction. Well, not an addiction, an affliction.
Okay.
Well, not really even an affliction. It depends on who you talk to about stuff like this. I don't find the thrill in this that he does. And many of my friends do. I am not denigrating it at all. But he has found, let's long story short this. He's on vacation. And I'm watching his damn cat, which, by the way.
You hate cats.
Man, I love that guy. AJ's become a dear friend over the last 10 months, a year or so. We've shared some really, we both lost a father and a mother in a time when, some transition happened, and we bonded very quickly.
Right.
But in this time, his addiction to cats, or addiction's not the term. Well, it's close. His love of cats is just outrageous. I told him the other day, if you were my son, I'd have a talk with you.
Yeah, you would. I would have a talk.
Yeah, I'd have a talk with him. But anyway, I've been taking care of his cat, so I had to go over to his apartment. And Annie, if you're listening, turn this off. There's way too many trading cards in that apartment.
Really?
Dude.
I thought he only had a few.
And we're going to have an intervention.
How bad? How many do you think?
It was a lot. I don't know. I'm not rifling through his stuff.
Oh.
I just saw a lot of boxes, a lot of trading cards. I don't know if he arrived with some and he had some shipped to him or.
Yeah, once his wife comes, that's all ending quick.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
But I digress. But we take care of your cats. He left me about 80 cans of cat food?
You dumped a lot of
Dude,
cans in there.
I couldn't believe how much cat food he left for me to give to the Big Nuts and
oh my God.
Yeah, Big Balls and his harem. So I arrived this morning. I didn't see him at first. I walked out and I opened up a can and just held it there. And cats came from 3 different bushes. I didn't see them until I opened it, which is horrifying.
Yeah. There's a lot of feral cats here.
Now, see, there wasn't this many. And to know now that they're hiding in the bushes. I didn't see them, dude. I literally walked out and thought, well, it's Monday. They've had a couple days without food. They're probably scavenging,
Yeah, I was thinking they probably moved on,
They might have come
right?
by, seen the cars, and thought they missed us or whatever. So,
Right.
But I just opened a can because I promised AJ, like I promised my kids. Begrudgingly cracked that nasty smelling rotten tuna stuff that no matter how easy I try to open it, I always get some on me. I don't know how. I can't get that can off.
No, it's like
without it flinging something on me. And the thing is, I don't realize it at the time. And then about an hour from now, which has just happened, I'll touch my face and there'll be a bit of it in my beard and my beard smells like rotten tuna because it's something that flung off that can. But that beside the point. I put it down, and as I put it down, the cats came out of the bushes at me.
Yeah, see? Yeah, you can't go home smelling like that at all.
This is one step above raccoons. Just barely.
I'm telling you,
They're going to start stealing our hubcaps.
Yeah, getting that stuff on there's like when you have gas on your hand, the smell doesn't go away. You have to really, really wash your hands. But
yeah, well, that's
good luck with that.
Still got a little bit there, and I'm going to end that segment on I stole hubcaps. See, the kids, back a long time ago when we didn't have any money, we had steel wheels, and we put these aluminum things.
Yeah.
And you used to be able to steal them and trade them in or make some money. It was like
aluminum cans back then.
Yeah, it was like cans and bottles back in the day, just for those that are a little bit more desperate. I promise some NFL talk. Cooper Rush is gone.
I know. Wow.
I don't think we're too surprised. Beggars can't be choosers, and those with no money can't spend that they don't have.
How much was he making with the Cowboys?
It doesn't matter.
He's gone. It's gone.
He's making more than the Cowboys were going to pay him, and I guess that
makes sense. Go where the money
is. It's one of those fare thee wells.
Yeah.
We know from experience this cat's not a starting quarterback in the NFL. For my money, if he ain't the best, Joe Flacco's up there, and Gardner Minshew's won some games.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some starters right now around the league that probably should be backing people up.
Yeah,
But Cooper Rush knows who he is, exactly what he is, and prepares as if. It's a good signing by the Baltimore Ravens. They got him for a couple years, $12 million, a little bit over that, a little bit over $4 guaranteed for Cooper. What he does for them is a solid solid backup. He provides a great scout team quarterback for those stand-up dart throwers that they play on a pretty regular basis. So it allows them to play against a dude on their scout team that knows the game, gets them ready. The edge gets a little bit sharper in practice, so that does provide them that. At the same time, he's got that standard record of winning football games. It ain't pretty, but it's effective. He doesn't hurt you, and there's a tremendous value. But he's one of those guys that is a luxury in this league. Not a lot of teams can afford to pay a backup quarterback like that, or in a position to where they need to spend that kind of money, knowing that there's so much at stake. Like with Baltimore, that if we lose Lamar, given his mobile game, the likelihood of an injury is pretty high, though he's pretty durable. But if he should go down, we got
Was it Will Greer? Is Will Greer
the one left for the Cowboys?
Yeah. So there's only two?
There's going to be a draft, and there's still some dudes bouncing around. There'll be a dude we go, oh yeah, that'll show up at some point. But what I'm talking about with Baltimore is he's worth the investment. I mean, it's a little bit high for a backup, but given the nature of the team and given the nature of Lamar and given the nature of we got a payroll to meet. We got a pretty high-end running back. We just signed a pretty big-time wide receiver. D-Hop on the end, but he's still a big-time dude. So if I'm going to have this kind of offense put together, I can't afford to go too far down in caliber, though a different game style. Cincinnati keeping up with the Joneses. They signed Chase and T, both 2 extensions over the weekend. The numbers are ridiculous. I don't know if as a football fan, I think I'm all in as a Bengal fan. If I was, I think I'm excited about this. Now, you got nothing else. This is a lot. I mean, you got 2 of the stud wide receivers. You got Joe Cool. Your defense is about to fall apart. But I like going all in. That's, as a Cowboy fan, watching what they do and how they do it versus Cincinnati, this is sink or swim. And the difference being if Cincinnati goes back to irrelevance, which they're most likely to do in about 3 years, it'll be, a place of comfort and a place of familiarity for them. Going back home ain't that big a deal. They've survived an awful long time being bad. So if they should fall back on it, they can go all in. They don't get too many opportunities like this. So I'm not going to denigrate what they did. I'm all about it. Keep spending. Spend till there's not a penny left, and then overspend after that. Well, the Rams managed to bounce their way back after this kind of spending spree, and it got them a Super Bowl. And they managed to continue to change the wheels doing 50 miles an hour, which ain't easy to do. But for the most part, the expectancy is you got about 2 years with this. I mean, Joe had a hell of a year last year. MVP quality, really, but it really didn't get you that far, did it? So more offense might be, it'll be fun to go, and maybe it'll work. But at the end of the day, I can't imagine this working out. This just isn't the way things work in the NFL. You can't overspend in one area. It's one of those axioms, which we'll talk about in the next segment. One of those axioms that, as long as I've been a part of sports, that you live by because they are in fact true. You can swim against the stream every now and again and create something unique, but in the moment it works. In the long term, the flow is bigger. And one of them being, we'll talk about in the next segment, that guard leadership wins the tournament. Guard leadership wins the tournament. Write it in the Bible. That's in your sports anthem as you circle your brackets. If you don't have your upsets and your on both sides, number 1s or 2s, the first to lose, and the lowest seeded upset on the brigade bar continue. We're going to give away gifts at 9. We'll talk about it. And the other axiom is how you spend your money and how long it lasts depends on where you spend it. And you overspend at one position, the balance goes the other way, and you can't come back. It's very difficult to be all in on one position and win in the NFL. You can in basketball and other sports. You can hit your way to a championship, and you can also pitch your way to a championship. That old axiom about defense wins titles is another one. It just kind of does. Yeah. It just kind of does. Maybe not in the front and center, but on the average, when you go through the annals of time, bad defenses just don't do it. Where bad offenses can. Let's talk brackets next. The 1s are set. The 2s are set. Where are your upsets? And, oh, by the way, Texas is in with no arguments at all. A&M is pegged as the most likely early upset. I haven't seen that on the brigade bar, I don't think. If we have, you might want to consider
Somebody
that.
will bring it up.
Hey, let's talk about what is imminent and what's possible. The brackets are coming, and they're coming tomorrow night, dude. We got games starting tomorrow night, although those don't really count in our big old brackets. But there is a team playing in those in North Carolina. A blue blood in a play-in. Do they even deserve to be that? talking about that coming up. This is the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Dr. Jacob Torres is my physician. In fact, I say that in every possible way. He's my general practitioner. I go to the Institute for Functional Health for all of my health needs. Now, the first time I walked in the door was about weight loss. It's been about 8 years ago, and back then I walked in the door hypertensive. I wasn't on any cholesterol medications, but I was dang near close. Weighed about 300 pounds, and everything hurt, and I sweat too quick. And I talked to him about how I got there. I really didn't have any intent to lose weight because, quite frankly, I didn't think I looked that bad. Looking back, my gosh. Now, I'm about 65 pounds down now. I haven't had my morning weigh-in, but that's about where I am. I'll continue to stay with a program that never involved a shot, never involved any kind of strange, I don't know what to call some of the crazy diet tips I've seen in the past. It's just the way you lose weight with a little bit of incentive, a little bit of help, and a long-term goal. And the way it worked was magnificent. If you're one of those types that never thought you could lose weight and are looking towards shots or something strange and pills and all the stuff that goes along with it, stop. Call Dr. Torres today. The number's 210-468-1891. The website is iffhealth.com. Go talk to them. Find out why they've been so successful with so many people just like you. You can lose the weight if you just give it a try. It's not the easiest thing you'll ever do, but it's the best thing you'll ever do for your life. Start looking in the mirror, and it will amaze yourself. Call Dr. Torres today. Change your life. And when you do, come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is heading to Vegas, and you're coming with us. Join Jason and Joe from the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas for Mega March, March 27th through the 30th. Catch baseball's opening day and all the hoops action at the world's largest sports book. Then take the party to Stadium Swing with 6 pools and a massive 143-foot screen. Book now at CircaLasVegas.com with promo code BLITZ and join us at Circa Resort and Casino. Sports, sun, spirits, and a sure bet for an unforgettable time.
San Antonio, the NCAA 2025 Men's Final Four is coming April 4th through the 7th. Check out Reese's Men's Final Four Friday, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you can watch open practices and the Reese's NABC All-Star Game at the Alamo Dome for free. And for the music lovers, March Madness Music Festival, presented by AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, with 3 days of free concerts, featuring the biggest acts in music at Tower Park and Hemisphere. Visit ncaa.com/men's Final Four.
Nigel, what are you doing with all this stuff in the break room? It looks like a farmer's market in here.
I'm changing my eating habits, embracing good quality nutrition with fresh produce.
Call Quarter Moon for your $58.99 AC inspection. For a limited time, just $58.99.
Nigel, that's a pretty impressive healthy salad you've assembled.
Thanks, Joel. Now step back. The grease is hot.
Grease?
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to hit Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay, let me tell you. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code ALAMO. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Pizza craving? We've got you covered at Round Table Pizza. We've been crafting pizzas with premium, high-quality ingredients for over 60 years. From our made-from-scratch dough to our savory toppings piled all the way to the edge. Find your nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
T-Mobile Home Internet is all about speed, value.
What you doing, Zach?
I'm rehearsing. There are so many benefits. You got to talk fast.
T-Mobile Home Internet ranks #1 in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by J.D. Power.
Wow, you are good.
Try singing it. T-Mobile has price lock.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus on them.
On them.
Get T-Mobile home internet all in for just $55 a month with auto pay and any postpaid voice line.
Additional terms apply for JD Power 2024 award information. Visit jdpower.com/awards.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Cowboys, according to James Slater, the NFL Network, not in the mix right now for Wham Drop. Wow. The Whams.
The Lambs.
Have released Cooper Kupp. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, and tip your waitress. That Wasco Wabbit. I can't believe I just went full Elmer Fudd there on that Sports Center. The Whams.
The Whams, huh?
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I'm going to resist the urge to go Irish because I can't. No, I'm not, AJ. Keep it to yourself, AJ. In the hole for the next couple of days. The greatest intro to any song just about of all time.
Except when he sings.
Until he starts screaming at me. But you do want to pick a fight. See, right here. Come on. No, I get the attitude. I just, if any day like this, Aaron Go Bra, or something like that, happy St. Patty's Day. Drink some green beer today and pee some lime green tomorrow.
Yeah.
And have a fine St. Patty's Day. Drink and drive responsibly. Tournament brackets are out. We got a thing happening. If you're just jumping in on the pool with us, welcome aboard this Morning Huddle. AJ's gone for a couple of days. I want to thank Mary. Mary brought tacos by.
I know. She knew. She knew exactly what she
Pretty
was
awesome.
doing.
She said she was going to bring some by a couple weeks ago, and she chose the perfect day.
Yep. Whenever AJ's not here, food just appears.
Yeah, Jimmy brought by the pan dulces, which I haven't had yet. I just had a barbacoa taco. I didn't get where that was from. She didn't say.
Yeah, she didn't say
anyway,
anything.
Appreciate the food. AJ's not in the room today. He's at Trembling Hills. He's on vacation.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Couple days.
No, this guy got here from Vegas nearly 10 months ago and hardly taken any time off because his wife finally got to exhale. And she's finally letting him back home.
Yeah.
No, he's back. It's spring break. He gets to go see his boy play some baseball. His kid throws some smoke, man. He really does.
I know.
His kid's got some heat. I've seen enough video of him. He's a proud papa, and he should be. That guy can throw some ball. And AJ's got a chance to fly home and see some of that and spend some good time with the fam. He'll be back on Thursday refreshed, and I'm just going to basically mail it in when he gets here. So enjoy the next couple of days. We got a poll happening. Let's walk down the Brigade Bar. And the only way you can do it is if you're actually part of this Brigade Bar. And you got over an hour and a half to jump in on the fun. What I'm asking for you to pick, and this is for a communal effort, part of our effort to help everybody. This is a communal effort. Please, an exhibition and a competition. Please feel free to wager, and whoever you wager with. We're asking 2 questions today. As we fill out our brackets. Because I don't know about you guys, but we get some extra points in one of my brackets for the lowest seed picked. You get to kind of double your points on that. And I've seen a lot of different methods depending on the bracket group that you're in. So knowing the lower seed teams really helps. You got to pick at least one, right? So I want everybody to tell me what their upset special is, the lowest seed you have as an upset. And I also want to know where you see a 1 or a 2 going off. Nothing lower than a 1 or a 2. I want you to tell me the most likely upset of those top 8 teams. Put it on the Brigade Bar, and just after 9 o'clock, I'm going to pick a winner. And the way we're going to pick a winner is, it's not going to be, we can't tell you who's right or wrong, but I think there's a consensus as I'm scrolling through the Brigade Bar, and you can see what people are picking. If you agree, just pick one of those 2, and the winner will be that, the person who's picked the one that's in the crowd, most likely between the 2. I will pick that, or if I don't like that, we'll find something else. But it'll be only from the Brigade Bar at 9 o'clock, so you might as well dive in and play anyway, huh? And just keep in mind that if you do win, we are going to have to contact you because we're stalking you.
No, Edwin will.
Well, so that's not creepy. We just want Edwin to come watch you for a couple of days. No, nothing serious. We just want him to find out your methods, your day-to-day, in order to please you. A&M is the most likely upset, so says the experts. They came in as a 4 seed, and they're stumbling there. Yale, man, I hate when I see this because 99% of us, and that's 0.99 after that, have not seen more than one Ivy League basketball game this year.
I just thought they all sucked.
Well, it's Northeast basketball. It's Yale. They're smart guys. Nobody should ever forget, and if you don't, go look it up. Pete Gillen's Princeton team. The principles of the Princeton office on display. One of the greatest exhibitions of coaching I've ever seen. Those principles exist even today. Small schools can beat big schools. What's that old axiom? Talent with something about working hard and no talent. I don't know. I can't say it.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to stumble through something embarrassing, and I used to have a coach that couldn't do it. I'm not going to try. So I hate this because part of me wants to bow up and be all Aggie, like, huh? You got to be kidding me. I'm SEC good. You just smart guy Yale good. You don't know what you're doing. But when you see a team that has won a conference 2 years in a row, that is junior and senior heavy, that is raw-boned as anybody, that shoots far better than A&M, you got to look at it like it's a possibility. I don't like it at all. But see, my gut is to bow up and defend the Aggies because that's who I am. But I got to make sure I'm looking at this with my head. And my head says, and my gut, the SEC, are you kidding me? You're going to try to compare Patriot, Ivy League, no scholarship, go to work on Wall Street, best player on the corporate basketball team, Yale team, is going to step onto a basketball court and compete with A&M? And the answer is yes. It doesn't sound like you should say yes. SEC's rough and tough, man, but everybody's rough and tough now. Now, I don't know what the NIL is like at Yale. I have to assume there's probably not much. Wonder if they do. Maybe each father should sponsor another kid's play. But this is the most likely upset. I hate to admit it.
I think Houston's going down.
No, I'm talking about the lowest seed, and this is a 13.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about the most likelies, and that seems to be the most common. I think Michigan might be in trouble. Now, keep in mind, this is a team that Michigan's going to take on, and oh, my God. Did you watch the Big Ten final?
No, I didn't. I didn't see it. UC San Diego.
It was as difficult to watch a basketball game as I've ever seen. Those poor guys were exhausted. If those were work animals, we'd have stopped it. The ASPCA would have stepped in. I've never seen a championship game where at the end, where, about 5 minutes to go in the game, it still was kind of close. Michigan was kind of pulling away. I saw a rebound hit the floor. And anybody knows basketball knows what I'm saying. No one even went for it. It hit the floor.
Wow.
These guys were, their mind said I was going for it, but their body didn't. And at that moment, I turned the channel. I found out later Michigan won, but it didn't matter at that point. But it did turn out the Michigan show. The conference champion from the Big Ten is a 5 seed. That that kind of shows if you're an odds dude, and as you go through, and I'm not going to make my pick yet, I'm not going to dive in to my individual one. You'll get that on Wednesday. For those that are, and we'll make sure I get it out to you early. I'm normally pretty good at this. So says the loser. But I'm not going to nail some things in. But all I'm going to do over the next couple of days, and AJ, I'm sure will bring his wisdom to it. But I have a legit. I keep a folder every year of trends and things to remember, and axioms to remember on the first day is if you see a conference as a whole just look bad, it's 100% of one or the other. It's either they're all really, really good or they're all really, really bad. And I'm afraid the Big Ten is bad. I'm afraid in just about every instance, if there's a possible upset, it's up and down the Big Ten. Up and down. It could be a humiliating first weekend. And it should be, quite frankly, for what turned out to be a fairly average to low average conference. One of the surprises over the weekend is the Big Ten does not trend up. The trending up to me is the Big 12. I got the sense by the end of the SEC tournament that these teams had played awfully tough couple of games. The Big 12 was so top heavy that the finals, by the time, it wasn't that difficult to get there. So I don't think that the Big 12 is quite as tired. And some of the teams that needed more rest, like Iowa State's going to get it. And you could see what Iowa State was capable of, minus a couple of dudes. So I like the Big 12. The trends for Arizona, Caleb Love looks like, for the most part, he didn't have a very good game the other day, but none of Arizona did. They got outplayed, but they look tired. Caleb Love is showing over at least up to this point in the tournament, the kind of Caleb Love that wins tournaments, the kind of Caleb Love that's in control. Because when that guy dials things back, he's player of the year worthy. Now, he'll never see that as he goes pro, but this is a legitimate NBA starter if he can just find his way. And what we saw, at least in game 1 or 2 for Arizona, showed very well. So that being the kind of the barometer, and we know that Kansas, while, yikes, still has dudes. I'm not going to throw the benefit of the doubt away yet, and that leads us to another team that you talk about benefit of the doubt, and that's North Carolina. You know, as we went to these super conferences and we went to, all of our great teams playing each other over and over again, I don't think we expected to see a team decline like this. And it left the NCAA in really a pickle because they played well over the last couple of games. And we all know that North Carolina is chock full of five-star talent. And they got the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not going to let the fact that the chairman of the selection committee is the athletic director of North Carolina. I'm going to sound facetious when I say this, but I'm not being. There's no under. In fact, I think they're probably over-scrutinized. I think their last couple of games, the Duke game being withstanding, and even there was a little bit of fight. I heard Jay Billis describe it best, and as we go to break, and for those of you going to fight about West Virginia or your favorite team that didn't get in, I heard Jay Billis put it, and this is the best way to put it too. I'm going to give it full credit in case you hate it, and then you can tweet him. But everybody has the same chance across this country against those of like talent and skill and investment. Whether it be mid-major or not, you get your chance to go to the tournament by winning your conference or your conference tournament, whatever your rules for your conference are. You had your shot. And once that happens, everybody that shakes through that sieve, at that point it becomes a beauty contest. You had your chance to guarantee in. And if you didn't get in, it's because you didn't take care of business when you should have. And from that point on, once everybody's left, after all those guaranteed bids are in, it is nothing more than a beauty contest. It is what have you done for me lately? And we can all apply our different standards, whether you beat a team in November or you beat a team in January. It's what have you done for me lately? What is going to give me the best game this week? I don't care what your resume says. Your resume should have won your conference or won your conference championship or played far enough along to where you got there. It's what you did during the regular season that is coming back to haunt you, but that's not really it. Where are you now? And if you're not there, you don't get to go. And North Carolina played well enough. And most of us want to see them. If you want to be in, play better. Win your conference. West Virginia, I'm sorry. And I know you're going to quote stats. You're going to show me a bunch of numbers, and you're probably right on paper, but paper doesn't sell tickets. It doesn't feed the bulldog. People want to see North Carolina. More importantly, they want to see North Carolina get beat. This is a matchup, man. They didn't do this out of the goodness of their heart. North Carolina could go down as the blue blood that went down in the play-in game. This could be a public massacre, a public execution. Are you sure you want that? Power 5 school playing Wasamatta U? Are you sure you want that? North Carolina's going to get it. And Hubert Davis, you lose this game, it's hard to come back from that. It's almost better to go to the NIT and play a long way into that and justify to your bosses that there's reason to believe. But you go losing a play-in game against Powder Blue Nation, those Tar Heels don't put up with this very long. Strangely, you don't look like Dean Smith. So we'll see who gets what, but I'm not surprised North Carolina got in. Hey, coming back, we'll continue looking at your brackets. We'll go down the list and see what the trends are on the Brigade Bar. San Antonio Spurs, well, it was a weird weekend. They did get a win. Coming off a biblical loss, they get to prove themselves yet again tonight against the Timberwolves. The state of the Spurs on this sinking ship we call the 24-25 season next. This is 94.1. This is San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a trouble spot on the northeast side at 35 southbound, the off-ramp to Eisenhower. That's a stall that's blocking the exit ramp. Got a closure with a major accident far east side of town, I-10 eastbound, 1604 over to Graytown. Traffic is stopped from Foster Road, causing about a 30-minute delay. And 151 eastbound Callahan, accident right lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
The moment you find out you're pregnant can be very exciting. Knowing what to do and how to get started can also be overwhelming. Healthy Start is here to help you know what to expect. You should see your doctor in the first trimester to reduce the risk of a premature birth and for a healthy pregnancy. Healthy Start is a free program that offers support and resources while you're pregnant and for your baby's first 2 years of life. For more information, call us at 210-207-4725. Get the help you need to give your baby a healthy start.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest ever, spanning 2 days. Sunday, March 16th, it's a crawfish boil, all you can eat for $10. Then on St. Patrick's Day, Monday, it's a block party. The green beer will be flowing with live music starting at 2 with Irish Goodbye. Finding Friday takes the stage at 5. DJs inside both the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant. Plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Put on your dancing shoes and pick up your phones. It's time to make picks on
March college basketball. With Underdog, you can bring that excitement to wherever you watch. Playing on their app is as easy as choosing higher or lower on player stats like points, assists, rebounds, and more. Get those picks right, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Millions of fans have won billions on Underdog. Will you be next? Get in the game by signing up for Underdog using promo code STAR to claim a gimme pick as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you deposit. Cash in on every bucket this season with Underdog. Sign up using promo code STAR. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies, and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player, or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't some high motorhomes. After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Spurs get back at it tonight. The Lakers in town. I think I said the Timberwolves earlier. I don't know what I was thinking. Lakers are here. Last night, or Saturday night, Spurs played the Pelicans. They won. Don't get to say that very often.
Yeah. How did it feel to go to a Spurs game just as a regular Joe?
You know what? Odd situation with that. So I went and met the boys over at Round Table Pizza up on 281 on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Heard you were there.
Yeah, and just, had a piece of pizza, hung out with the dudes. And went from there down to the game. And I was going to meet my brother. Well, my brother's got season tickets. They're good seats. And he has access to all the ritzy bars where, everybody is when the seats are empty.
Okay.
And I got there, and he was down there. And I thought he was at one bar, but he was at another one. So, and then I don't know exactly where his seats are. I have a vague idea. But
are they on the floor somewhere?
Yeah, they're close.
Okay.
And you want to, you can't screw it up once you go there. And if you're wrong, it just, I didn't want to be wrong. So I wanted him to go sit down, and he was in the bar, and we're texting, but I don't know how the connection's going. So I'm sitting up at the press box in the press area where I normally sit.
Okay.
And I'm just waiting for him to finally come and sit down. And I said, when you get there, tell me, and stand up or something. I'll see you, and I'll come find you. So he Didn't show, and I started watching the game. So finally he showed up about, midway through the first quarter, and I decided, well, I'm going to go down at the end of the first quarter. And then I text him like, hey, dude, I'm ready to come down. Stand up.
Okay, what happened?
He never responded.
He didn't go?
No, I don't know.
Really, this whole time?
So I don't know if he was still in the bar or whatever. So then about 10 minutes later, I get a text, and it's like, I'm in my seats, but I think I'm going to go ahead and leave.
What?
I was like, well, you want me to come down? And no response. No response. And then I think he left. And I don't blame him.
What time was that? Like before the half?
At some point during the second half. And quite frankly, I didn't talk to him again. So I had resolved that I wasn't going to sit through much more of this as the Charlotte Hornets lit us up like crash test dummies in the first half. It was as bad a half of basketball as the Spurs have played in 20 years. I don't even know where to begin. When you give up, if Charlotte had really tried and kept going at the pace they were, they'd have scored 80 points in the first half. I want you to just consider that for a second. And they're all to blame, but I don't want to go there. I mean, they're following orders. This is what happens when you get to this place. So lose in front of us, lose there. It's this season's a wash. Now let's get some benefit out of it. The good part of where we sit today is Steph Castle is a rookie of the year. There's no question. There's no argument. He'll be an easy shoo-in for first. If AJ was here, he'd throw the numbers at you. From now on through the rest of the games, what do we got, 16, 17 left? All I'm going to watch is him. That's all I care about is how much better can we see Steph Castle get. And that's going to include a lot of bad games, a lot of mistakes, a lot of rookie mistakes being tired and the like. I can tell you this, I'm going to watch him a whole lot more than I'm going to watch Devin Vassell. I'm just about done. I was told he was a perimeter defender. I thought he was. When he was drafted out of Florida State, Leonard Hamilton told us that. Coach told us that. Looked like that his rookie year. Looked like that his second year. But, some of it, this perimeter wing defense with your wingspan and your three and stretch and play the line and all the stuff you're supposed to be able to do, you got to have to do all the time, even when we're bad, especially when we're bad. I just don't see a lot of that defense that's supposed to be the thing that'll keep you here. There's just not enough. And as we close things down in this season, and you got to find reasons to hang around, there's going to have to be a significant improvement. I just can't see him fitting in with what's coming. Because I can tell you this, Steph Castle will never not be a starter again. Never not be. De'Aaron Fox will never not be a starter. I'm going to be very interested to see this draft. The money that it costs, the things that we're going to do, the ability to bring in the guys we're going to bring in, and the space we can chisel out with your fairly movable contract. It's going to be interesting to see how things shake out for the rest of the year because everything else is looking fairly apparent. There's only about 5 dudes that are going to be around here for the next couple of years. I don't think you're going to be one of them. This is tough. Looking at the Brigade Bar, those that signed up, morning to you. We're asking questions with the tournament in mind. Hey, can we give away tickets here in a second, Vic? Yeah. I know you're busy.
No, I got
the Calavera, Cavalera, not Calavera.
I know.
Not Calavera. Are we going to give a Reds expedition to Calaveras Lake
for a redfish tournament?
A redfish tournament.
I know. Every time I want to. Every time I say it. Every time.
Now, I don't know. See, AJ's better at this, and according to Incubus, he makes the show. I don't know these guys. I wish I did.
Yeah, it's kind of heavy, though.
It's cool. But Cavalera is coming to the Aztec. As we head out, don't call yet. We're not giving them away yet, but as we go to break.
Yeah.
We're going to give these away.
I missed the Deftones on Thursday of last week. They were here in San Antonio or Austin.
Yeah, I saw a Deftones show at Oyster Bake.
Yeah.
It's been about
It's been a minute, right?
It's been about 5 years ago, I guess. No, that would have been 6 years ago, 7 years ago. The thing I remember about that one, and there was about 20,000 of us. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
That were there. It was the coldest fiesta night I've ever spent. That's all I remember about the Deftones. But they're not quite as hard as these guys, are they?
Nah.
This is Cavaletta, and in about 7 minutes or so, let me give those tickets away as we go to break, so don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got Papa Roach tickets just around the corner.
Yep.
So the Spurs welcome in the Lakers tonight. The Lakers, they're a team to get ready for, right? It's still a yellow jersey.
I don't know. I always see the Lakers as just for us and the way the season is now, it doesn't matter.
Well, no,
anymore.
it doesn't. But
Yeah.
I keep falling back on the fact I shouldn't get mad at losses. It's how you lose. And, if they'd have lost to the Pelicans the other night in that valiant, if not beautiful effort, it wouldn't have made me mad like Friday night did. At least the thing about Friday night was franchises tank, players don't. Players know that film matters. You want to make sure every second you're on the court, you're giving it all because there's 100 other dudes that want your job at some point.
Of course. Yeah.
And everything you do is listed. It is followed. It is tracked, your footsteps, your pace, all of that. Your team knows. The modern athlete is tracked from the second they strap on their sneakers. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to put out an effort. And a game like that was like, for guys like Blake Wesley, for Mamu and those likes, those games, you got to do something, brother. You got to separate yourself. And there was none of that. There wasn't even enough care about Munn's own career. That can't happen. 80 points and a half? Scouts leave, man. I'm turning off the tape.
80 points.
They didn't get that far.
Yeah, but it felt like it.
It was one of those where, man, I'm done. And I don't think anybody else cared went on in the second half because the first half was so dreadful. It was just not worth the effort. Lakers coming to town minus LeBron.
And how many more weeks is he out? Like another week or so?
Who knows?
Nobody cares. Well, I know nobody cares.
I think that alone, if you're a kid, that alone matters.
He needs to retire already. This will be his last season.
I'm just talking about the Lakers showing up in their yellow jerseys in San Antonio. The mystique matters. They sit at fifth. 2 games behind the Grizzlies and 2 games ahead of the Warriors. They won their last gun. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They dispatched a bad Phoenix team yesterday, 107-96, with really a team effort. Luka had 33. Austin Reeves had 28, and they're carrying him. That's enough to get up for a team. Although the Lakers can afford a loss. They're in that gap where they're 2 up and 2 down. Luka seems to have found his way, and really the difference over the last couple of games has been Austin Reeves. Just get up for the game.
He's finding the chemistry.
I don't expect to win, but this is one of those things. If you're a young coach and a young team, circle this game. This year's going to have a bad taste, and you had a day to kind of decompress. Everybody slept in their bed for the last 2 nights. You got Luka coming to town. Austin Reeves is the guy that if you were paying any attention over the summer that the Spurs batted that name around. And it's the Lakers. It is one of those things that you just got to get up for. On the other side of the break, we're going to look at the brackets, and I want to get back to one of the contests we're going to give for another hour. In the early 9 o'clock, I'm going to give away a double thing, college slam dunk tickets and 3-point shoot-off for the Final Four coming. It'll be April 3rd at the Frost Center. And for your participation and fun, Mellow Mushroom Monday's gift giveaway. For those that will get up on the Brigade Bar and tell me your most likely upset between 1s and 2s and your lowest rated upset winner, who that might be. I think the common question is, who is San Diego State University and can they beat Michigan? I like that one. Also, A&M and Yale looks like trouble for A&M. And Texas playing a tough one in the play-in. What's their chances at Xavier? We're going to look a little bit at what might have been a job-saving tournament for Texas? For Coach Terry? Texas fan, you comfortable? You happy? Or does it take a Xavier win? Xavier's going to be tough, too. This is no walk in the park. These are two equally measured teams, one with talent and have to, one with one NBA pro that's enough, and a resume that includes beating a team a whole lot like Xavier and A&M twice. Trust me, everything that Texas had to do to beat A&M is what they're going to have to do again to beat Xavier. You're going to have to want it more. You're going to have to win 75% of the 50-50 balls. If the ball hit the floor, the first guy better be an orange jersey with his finger on it. And if you do that, you'll win. That's not talent. That's want to. But you've got more talent, too. So Texas got it in there. Playing, but you're in. And it's funny that I think everybody saw Texas in the play-in and went, it's fine. They saw North Carolina and got mad because they want to kick a team when they're kind of down. And they kind of are. There really is no other justification for North Carolina being in there, but other than that's who they are. They did play their way through the ACC. What do you guys think? We're going to look at the brackets on the other side. NFL looking at a bunch of wide receivers in Cincinnati. What are they going to do about defense? And Cooper Rush is going to wear purple. All that and no more AJ, at least not for 3 days. Everybody settle down. It's the Morning Huddle.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Whataburger. The $5 breakfast Whata deal is cooking at Whataburger. For a limited time, from 6 to 11 a.m. daily, get either a taquito or honey butter chicken biscuit and any drink for just $5. See you at Whataburger.
It's Truck Month at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on 2025 Silverado 1500s and $10,000 off MSRP on Silverado heavy duties. Buy a new 2025 Equinox posted at $24,999 or $40,999 for a new Traverse. Plus 2 years of no-charge oil changes and car washes. Together, let's drive at North Park Chevrolet. 10 minutes outside Loop 410 in Castroville or at npchevy.com. Must qualify for financing offers. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Basketball Madness headquarters is always at Twin Peaks, and the Blitz is live this Thursday and Friday to cover all the action.
This Thursday, we're at Twin Peaks Park North, and Friday, we're at the Westover Hills location.
Catch all the madness in the best seats in the house with the lovely ladies of Twin Peaks. Happy hour food and drink specials along with the frosty 29-cent drafts.
It's this Thursday. The Blitz is live 2 to 6 at Twin Peaks Park North, and then Friday, we're doing it again at Twin Peaks Westover Hills.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Made in America. Highest quality. That's Connecticut quality water softeners. There's a reason Dave Ramsey says a Connecticut is a wise investment for your home.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it.
It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
ConnecticutSA.com.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a closure I-10 eastbound on the east side of town. 1604 over to Graytown. It's an 18-wheeler rollover accident. Delay start at Foster Road. On 35 southbound, that off-ramp to Eisenhower, that's road work blocking the exit ramp. And 37 northbound, Hot Wells, disabled vehicle, left lane blocked. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, do give us a call on the traffic tip line at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Let the madness begin. Your brackets are set for the NCAA basketball tournament with your 1 seeds Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Play-in games start Tuesday night. Texas A&M came in at number 4 seed. They'll take on Yale Thursday, tip 6:25. The Dallas Cowboys waved goodbye to quarterback Cooper Rush. He is now a Baltimore Raven. He signed a 2-year, $12.2 million deal with $4.2 million guaranteed. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nope, not going to happen. He ain't here. Hey, it's the Morning Huddle. Yeah, I'm Rob. You long-timers are used to me. If you're that crowd that came with AJ, I'm the other guy. AJ's gone for the next couple of days. He's on vacay. Well-deserved.
Coming back Thursday, right?
He'll be jetting back in on Wednesday evening. He went, it's a kid's spring break up there in Las Vegas. He traveled to expedite their soon-to-be move here. After 10 months, he'll be bringing the fam. I guess it's like a restaurant. If it stays open for 10 months, it's probably going to stay open.
Yeah.
So, and we want to thank Mike. Mike for stopping by with a Whataburger. This is almost getting embarrassing.
It's always when AJ's. He's going to be upset.
Yeah. But you can't beat a Bob.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So, Mike, appreciate you, bro.
I know. My sugar's out of control.
I know, man. So how is the kidney this morning? I know that AJ's listening at some point.
It's worth it.
Make sure he feels comfortable that you're okay.
It's so worth it, though.
And just to let everybody know, AJ's gone for a couple days. He'll be back on Thursday. And AJ, your cats are well taken care of. They've all been fed.
KBB outside and Blueberry.
Blueberry's all taken care of at your house. So carry on. Have your vacay. We'll fill in as best we can. For those who don't like me, and it's very apparent on the brigade bar, settle in, settle down. Don't choose violence. Choosing violence on St. Patty's Day. Oh, which, by the way, Vic is wearing green, but only on his kicks.
Yeah, that's
I
all
guess
I
that
had.
counts.
I was going to wear a green Lacoste shirt, but it's a different kind of green that won't match.
I think, I don't own a lot of green. This is the only green I got.
The only green I have are the shoes I have.
I think it's green is green. We're not in Boston.
Know.
We're not surrounded by
I have a lot of silver, black, and blue. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't have a bunch of green. I didn't go to Baylor. I didn't go to McCollum. What other green high schools are there in town? I don't have any.
Yeah, McCollum. Yeah, I think you named it.
Holmes wears green.
Oh, yeah, Holmes Husky.
There's another one. Another couple. Anyway, I don't have any green, so I do my best. So I don't think anybody cares, but it is St. Patty's Day. The boys are going to be out at the Roo Pub. And for those who know, and there's a lot of us that do, this is by far the best St. Mary's party in all of our great town of San Antonio. Parking lot will be shut down. Now, yesterday they had a big old crawfish boil. I know that the boys were out there. They texted me a picture. I was packing my son up for his job in Austin. I'm an empty nester today. I awake, minus a child, but still a dog. So we were waving goodbye to him. I get to celebrate, but I will tonight. Go out to the Roo Pub. The boys will broadcast till 6. The merriment will begin and continue well after they're off air. Wear your green and celebrate in the parking lot. Looks like it's going to be a fantastic day for St. Patty's Day. Here we sit with the brackets. Texas fan, here you go. You get Xavier. Now, I don't think anybody expects a big-time run from this Texas basketball team.
Nah, I think they're going to blow it.
Well, whether they do or they don't, they negotiated a pretty good close to their season. They made it into the tournament in what was the toughest conference in the history of college basketball. There's never been a conference like this. Never this deep. Never have you had to play, has any basketball team ever had to play, even at the height of the ACC, even when there was North Carolina, Duke, and Georgia Tech was good, and Clemson was good, and North Carolina State was good, and Wake Forest was good. Even during all those years, there's never anything like this SEC. So I think that the resume that Texas can put on paper is respectable. Now, how you grade respectable is in the eye of the beholder, and that was that write the checks. To some, respectable is a C, and those at Texas don't get C's. But to a lot of teams who survived through the SEC, respectable is hard won. It was a Herculean effort. There's probably a fair amount of reasons and excuses behind the scenes that I don't know. I can tell you this, Texas fan, if you do get the win against Xavier tonight, give your coach an extension. Or at least let him go for another year. Don't jump the gun. I know that AJ's out, and a lot of you out, and I wouldn't blame you if you did. That coach over at McNeese State, he sure does look appealing, doesn't he? He wanted LSU. He's winning at McNeese. The way he wanted LSU is legal now. It sure does look good. Tech sure does look good, too. Your last heyday was that guy. I think Coach Terry might be just about enough, and with enough time, might be more than that. But I'm coming to you from the other side of the street. I'll tell you, the Xavier game is going to be tough. It really is. And I think a valiant effort might not even be enough, but a win, I think, should kind of seal the deal. You've got a pro on the team. I think there's going to be enough. A&M's going to have the same problem. They're not in a play-in. Although their coach is pretty safe. But I do think that coming in at a 4 seed was, if you wrote the script for Coach Williams, that if you'd have said 4 seed, I don't care how we got here, I don't think there's an Aggie upset at all. This season has been a universal success. You beat your number one team for the first time in the school's history. Valiant effort through a game which you hope is not a one-off, but one of those few that everything just goes cold. But I think the committee smells some blood in the water. I think the committee saw something. These guys are not new at this, and they find matchups, and they find the hidden things that beat you, and they use that against you when they put things together. And they chose a team that does exactly what you do, but shoots a little bit better. This is not the best matchup for them. I like Texas in just sheer size and speed. A&M's going to have to learn how to shoot, man. This is a tough one for those. This is going to be I hate being that side of the upset side, excuse me. I hate being on that part of the room because I want to defend this. I want to bow up and say, this is like I just said, the SEC is that tough. How dare you put a non-scholarship NIL team and say they're going to beat a team that just not only survived but thrived through the SEC. It just, on paper, as an Aggie, I want to defend it immediately, but I know exactly what's going on here. The committee smells blood. This matchup is not just, that's your typical 4-13. No, this 13 was chosen to be this seed because they do exactly what A&M doesn't while playing the same style. It's not speed versus size. This is bone on bone. This is a tough one. I think A&M probably is the most likely upset. Michigan next. I think A&M might most likely be. And if you want to prove what you know, go to the Brigade Bar, put it on there. And if you're part of the crowd, if you're in the group that provides the most of the same, and we want you to name your top 2 upsets and I mean your 1s and 2s, anybody in the top 8, which is the most likely to get upset. Vic says Houston.
Yeah, I just have this feeling. I was talking with a buddy of mine over the weekend, and he kind of sold it to me, but they may be good now, but I don't know.
I think Auburn is
feeling. I don't know.
Auburn is absolutely safe. They're the type that will roll.
Yeah, in Florida, with that giant freshman.
Did you see that?
He
didn't have to get on the ladder to cut the net.
And how old is he? Like 14?
Yeah, he's actually out of Canada. He spent the last couple years at that basketball factory down in Florida, Montverde, I think, or IMG.
And he's 7'9"?
Yeah, or upwards of that. They win the SEC title, and everybody gets to cut a strand off the net. Most get up on a ladder. No, he didn't have to.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I've never seen it either.
Never seen that happen. So Florida, I think, is the most likely. I think the 2 seeds is where you got to search. I think the 2 seeds are where you got to look.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who mine is.
St. John's had made it for a minute, right?
I'll tell you where mine is just ahead of time.
Okay.
But it's not going to be a number 1. There's not a 1 seed going to go down. I think that Houston is just – nobody can prepare for Houston. What Houston does, St. John's does. There's a couple teams in the country that just come at you when you feel like you're playing 6 guys. And teams like Houston and teams like St. John's and those that have won this way in the past, they win it with about 5 minutes to go. They win it with 5 minutes to go after you have given 35 minutes of everything you've got. They find another gear. So things seem close against St. John's and Houston until they're not. And it normally happens with about 5 minutes out when all the starters have had their rest, when they're coming in for the close, for the kill. Normally teams like this separate themselves. And even if they're down, they're able to get close enough because nobody has seen what they can do like they do it. And there's only really 2 teams that do it with the size and skill. Now, Xavier brings a fair amount of that to Texas, but nothing like what St. John's has done under Pitino. And that's every Pitino team ever coached. In Houston. That's basically every Sampson coached team as well. They just worked harder than you back in June and July and have a depth and a reserve that a lot of teams don't have. And it's not just one guy, it's all of them. And it takes a fair amount of skill to find those guys and to keep them around and to grow them. Neither of these teams have guys that are going to go to the league. They're going to work their way in, but not going to be high draft picks, neither team. But what they bring, you can't prepare for. So I don't think Houston's the most likely. Duke's minus their dude. We'll see what happens with that. All right, let's give away some. Did we give away the tickets?
No, not yet. Cavalera, caller number 3, right?
That's it. Let's do this. Jump on the Kielbasa phone line, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We got tickets to Cavalera coming to the Aztec Theater just a couple of days from now in March. You want to go, get on the phones right now. Hey, coming back, the Cowboys wave goodbye to Cooper Rush, which, speaking of, I feel kind of like the Cooper Rush of this show. I think this will be my first win.
This will be your first win.
Hey, coming back, hey, let's look around the NFL. Cincinnati paid their dudes, and the Cowboys now need a backup quarterback. Is he in-house or not? We'll talk about all that and the Brigade Bar next. This is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't After you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Hey, Rob Thompson here from my friends over at Prize Picks. The second half of the basketball season is here. The race to playoffs is on, and there's no better time to hit Prize Picks because the money, it's heating up. 1,000 times your cash, Taco Tuesdays, and the way they pay, let me tell you. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your accounts. There's no better way to get started with Prize Picks than right now as basketball season ends. And here's the best thing about Prize Picks is you can combine different leagues. You got a favorite in the pros, you got a favorite in the college, you can put them together to really maximize your bets. And remember the code ALAMO. Remember, you download that when you sign up today. There's money to be had. No better place than Prize Picks right now. As the basketball season winds down, go for the place to get the best cash with your favorite sports. That's Prize Picks. You know what you're doing. Go play. In fact, go run your game.
When it comes to great deals on tax prep, Jackson Hewitt isn't holding back, and neither is this commercial. Their offer is so big, it has to be said with Reverb. Expert tax prep for $149 or less. It's a deal so spectacular, it needs a symphony, some explosions, and a clock ticking, because this offer, $149 or less. And soon, one expert tax prep for $149 or less. Try Jackson Hewitt today and save. Whew. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
GimmeTheVin.com's big cash giveaway. I hate games and scams. So when we had the idea to give away $25,000, I was very careful about the way it was orchestrated. Get the top of the market money and enter to be the lucky person to get $25,000 this month in March. This is no joke. This is no game. This is very real. Just like GimmeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years.
And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
All right, guys, summer is coming. You could hit the gym, but you're probably going to say, I'll start next Monday. Here's what you need to do. You need to get M-Sculpt Neo from Dr. Connie Hires. It burns fat, builds muscle, and tightens up your abs, your arms, even your butt and your legs. And guess what? She can do it too. Couples who sculpt together, well, call 210-494-8446 or go to findyourbeautiful.com. FindYourBeautiful.com, because Dad Bod season is officially over, and Dr. Connie Hires is here to help you get ready for summer.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we're going to be live at the Rue Pub celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
The green beer is going to be flowing, along with the conversation of who's in, who's not in the tournament.
And, of course, we'll have the latest in the NFL free agency news.
It's St. Patrick's Day Monday. Join us at the best place to celebrate, Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
No real intro to this. I can start screaming here in a sec.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not AJ. Welcome to the Morning Huddle. I'm Rob Thompson. AJ in the hole for the next couple of days. Be back here on Thursday. Settle in. Happy St. Patty's. Go to the Brew Pub, best party in town. Wear your green, show up early, stay late. Arrange for your appropriate driver.
That's
Want to pick a fight?
Yeah.
The Part is a great movie. I guess that's the first time I heard this.
Yeah. The Irish.
Makes me want to put on
The Boston.
my Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Although I think that's British. Doesn't really count. They don't like the Brits.
Yeah, they don't like the Brits at all.
Hey, we got to say goodbye to Cooper Rush.
I know. That's it.
He's gone. I'm looking at this thing that's floating around from the it's on Yahoo Sports. They assign grades to the free agency to this point. And the Cowboys got a D-. according.
That's not a shot.
Why? This is their why. Extending the defensive tackle Osa Odigizua was big, but it was another offseason of low-level additions that won't help Dallas catch Washington or Philadelphia. Agree or disagree? I think that pretty much hit it on the head. I don't think a D- is worth it. I think you grade on potential. And he also grade on past performance. And this is a huge step up from last year. I mean, you go down the list. Got Marquise Bell, C.J. Goodwin. A lot of guys that earned their time, but nothing extraordinary. This was a C at best. Losing Cooper Rush, that's the cost of doing business, man. You're paying a quarterback $40 million. If you lose him, you can't afford to have a backup. You got to pay other guys to help him out. So this was a cost. Cooper earned his place up to Baltimore, which, you know, Baltimore got exactly what Cooper Rush is, a luxury. There's not a lot of teams that can pay quarterbacks like this. They can pay Lamar and pay Cooper Rush. Right. So you get yourself a guy that you know if Lamar goes down. He's been fairly reliable the last year or so, but, you know, it's interesting that he does provide a completely different style. He's not Lamar. He's not going to run. We know that he's a statue. But I think he provides locker room stability. He's a great scout team quarterback, and he knows how to win a high school, a pro football game. And the Cowboys coming from, at least from what DeMarcus Lawrence thought, to a team that legitimately can go win a Super Bowl. The Cincinnati Bengals extended 2 wide receivers and spent a whole bunch of money doing it. If I was a Bengal fan, you got to do it. I think you're overextended yourself. You're a little over your skis on this. I mean, that's a bunch of money. The numbers are just absolutely ridiculous for what they spent on these 2 guys. And, they had most of this for the last couple years. And now they're going to be down some defense. But they got 2 guys with 200 yards receiving and 2,500 yards, or 200 receptions, 2,500 yards, 25 touchdowns. Only time that's ever happened before is 2011, Gronk and Welker, and Moss and Welker, and back in 2007. You're paying, I don't know what the pie looks like for the Bengals' salary, but when you're upwards of $60 million for 2 wide receivers, there's not a lot left for other guys. That's just the math of the game. And I think they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. I would be all for it as a Bengal fan, but you are walking such a fine tightrope, and you're keeping up with teams that are also fairly well armed. Look at Baltimore. But I guess if you're going to strike, now's the time. Cleveland's down. I don't expect much from them. Pittsburgh, who knows? They don't even have an idea. At least you know you got all the talent possible. You're just going to have to score a whole bunch of points. I'm all for that as a Cowboy fan, looking for somebody on both sides. When you can look at wide receivers that cost you $69 million, only 2 other teams are even close to that. That's Hill and Waddle with 58, and then A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith with your Super Bowl champs there with $57 million. They have the highest paid and the 8th highest paid wide receiver in the league. Over the past 20 seasons, the 2023 Buccaneers spent the highest percentage of their salary on wide receivers, and that was 28% of their salary cap, and that was back when they had both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin under contract back in 23. So that gives you an idea where you're going. It worked out pretty well for them. It's funny how they're both still there after all that money. They're taking up about a little bit under 22% of the salary cap. You're going to have to be smart to do that. Free agency is winding down for the Cowboys. The Micah question still hangs over. I just, with every passing second, it's getting more and more expensive to sign Micah. We'll continue talking the NFL, but the news of the day are the brackets. On the other side of the brackets, I want to see what you guys have got. Upsets and going through the brackets. We're going to go from east to west. What's your first and most important upset coming? We'll see what happens on our play-in games as we circle those. We'll find a place to play our brackets and figure out where all the upsets are. Your discussion on the Brigade Bar and the contest winner just about 30 minutes away. Just after 9 o'clock, we're going to have a couple coaches on. The San Antonio Sports All-Star basketball game is just around the corner, March the 23rd. We're just about a week away. Up at the Northside Gym. We got what goes on with this is one of the best things that goes on in San Antonio. We're going to have a couple of coaches join us just after 9 o'clock to talk a little bit about the ladies that are going to be playing next week. San Antonio has become a hotbed of ladies basketball, one of the best in all of the country. We're going to be joined by the coaches from Judson and Boerne as we prepare for an all-star game. And this for dads and ladies that have daughters playing in any kind of CYO, if you're an AAU, if you're playing grade school or middle school basketball, make an appointment, go get a ticket, and take them out to go see what they're trying to become, these young lady all-stars. This will be a full, fun event at the all-star game. They're going to join us just after 9 o'clock. Hey, coming back, we're talking brackets and upsets. We're glad you're with us today. This is the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a closure on I-10 eastbound 1604 over to Greytown. It's an 18-wheeler rollover accident. Delay started Foster Road. So it's going to set you back about 20 minutes or so. Looks like CRG touring traffic onto the frontage road. 37 northbound Hot Wells, that's a stall left lane. And 35 southbound, the off-ramp to Eisenhower. That road work is cleared off of the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Whataburger. The $5 breakfast Whata deal is cooking at Whataburger. For a limited time, from 6 to 11 a.m. daily, get either a taquito or honey butter chicken biscuit and any drink for just $5. See you at Whataburger.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations. When you switch to Progressive and bundle your home and auto, you could save hundreds, and that's a surprising amount of money.
Whoa, that's like farmer's market money.
That's like give me a gallon of that locally sourced raw honey money.
That's certified organic heirloom tomatoes in every imaginable color except red money.
That's let's get 2 pounds of pink oyster mushrooms money. I'm not even sure I like pink oyster mushrooms.
Guess it's time to find out, because you could save hundreds when you switch to Progressive and bundle. Then the world is your pink oyster mushroom. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Listen all this week to the Blitz to win tickets to see the Counting Crows at the SB. Saturday, August the 2nd, the Counting Crows, the complete suite store, comes to the SB. Tickets are on sale now. Go to thesb.com. Win tickets to the Counting Crows with special guests, the Gaslight Anthem from 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
So Morning Huddle. No, I'm not AJ. Hence no singing. It's a good day. Happy St. Patty's to you. Go join the boys over at the Rue Pub tonight. The annual and great St. Patty's Day party will be in full force. They'll get there at 2. Festivities will go well beyond that. They had a crawfish boil out there yesterday.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Bunch of people out there sucking the heads if they know what they're doing.
And I can eat 1,000,000 of those.
I'm due. It's about that time.
Right? It's been a minute since I had some.
It has been. And they're running. I hope this year's – I haven't checked the cost.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But last year was outrageous. So I hope this year's a little bit better. Last year, I guess it was a drought. I don't know I imagine if it's anywhere like here, less water means less crawdads.
Yeah, inflation.
But I'm sure that was fine. I imagine once you get there today, there'll be that faint waft of yesterday's crawfish. It's enough to bring in some cats. For those that are aware, we got the cats fed. Everybody calm down.
Yeah, they ate.
Big Balls has been fed.
Yeah.
His harem's been taken care of. AJ can rest easy. So our brackets are out. Texas and Texas A&M are in. Texas didn't seem like much of a question. You know, it felt like they were in. Now, the committee evidently wasn't absolutely sure they were in, but, you know, it's an 11 seed they're playing for. But you normally don't have a play-in game if you're truly an 11. But, well, you know, I get the plan. So Xavier and Texas, we will get them in the first 4. We're going to hear a whole bunch about North Carolina and the, I don't know, the Blue Bloods. They're just bigger and better, and they were oversized. I don't know. I said it in the first round, and I think we should leave it at this. If you didn't win your conference championship, if you didn't win your bid, whatever that might, however it's predicated, whether it's your conference championship or your title, mostly it's your conference tournament. If you didn't win it, you had a chance. And before that, you had a chance to build your resume. And if you didn't schedule the quad 1 wins required, West Virginia, and you didn't win the quad 1 wins or games that you played, then, you know, it's hard to bitch. Because once it gets to beauty contest point, once all those automatics are given, and we just start stacking teams, earned and deserved really doesn't feed the bulldog at this point. It becomes a beauty contest. And, yeah, some earned more than others and some deserve more than others. But at the end of the day, I want good matchups. And when I look at it, looks like they did a pretty good job for the play-in. We got teams that have won. St. Mary's, I watched. They were consistent. Xavier and Texas, we know what they're capable of. North Carolina, you saw them in the ACC tournament. Not extraordinary, but we know what they're capable of. San Diego State has played their way into everybody's hearts. They could be the glorious story. American and St. Mary's, I watch American play for their conference title. That's not a bad basketball team. You don't want to be North Carolina today. North Carolina has been rung up the flagpole. They are victim number 1 in what is coming for March Madness. This isn't an accident that they're playing this team. They're playing a team in San Diego that has weathered. This is the first time this school's even been available to make the tournament. These guys have been around and played together for a long time. These guys have a dream and a belief. North Carolina is celebrating the fact that they're just here. Now, there is the imminence of talent, but let me tell you, What does Coach Spoelstra say with Miami? That there are certain things that are a privilege, and pressure is one of them. This is not the privilege of pressure that North Carolina needs. This could be a public execution. This could be like, remember when we watched Abilene Christian take care of Texas? Guess what happened to Shaka? He's in Marquette now. This could be that kind of thing for North Carolina. The best case scenario for North Carolina was go to the NIT, beat the crap out of all the mid-majors, and save your coach's job. This could end it. So be careful of what you ask for, West Virginia, because this isn't an accident. They knew exactly what was going on in the committee room. And no, the North Carolina AD, who is the chairman of the committee, was not in the room. Not that there was nothing said before he left and once he arrived, but no, he wasn't in the room. That's the rules, and I'm going to trust the fact that they abided by them. But this is not, you get to go on TV, and trust me, the whole world, the believers and the haters are going to tune in to watch you play, and it looks like San Diego's going to have the hearts and souls of everybody in the stadium. Where are they playing, Dayton? Yeah. So be careful of what you ask for, North Carolina. Who are your upsets? I'm calling A&M. I don't like the fact that they're matched up against Yale. See, on the Brigade Bar right now, we got a contest that we're going to pay off on just after 9 o'clock. If you go to the Brigade Bar and give us the lowest seed team to win that you think will be the upset. I got a 13 seed in Yale beating a number 4. You like that Michigan 5-12 matchup? That's San Diego State U? You like that one? What's your lowest seed? And what's the most likely 1 or 2 to get knocked off? If you put those together on the Brigade Bar, the one that's the most common amongst those that have submitted, we'll look at who submitted, is going to win a couple of things. I got a College Slam Dunk Trio. Tickets to go to that. That's April the 3rd. And to feed you between now and then, a gift certificate to Mellow Mushroom for our Mellow Mushroom Mondays. So we're going to be giving those away. I just don't think A&M's got it, man. This is a team, like I keep saying, the committee, they know what they're doing, and they know your weaknesses. These are basketball types, and they know what you're good at. And they got A&M playing a team that looks a lot like them. Rebound fools. But the difference being Yale can shoot. Now, I don't know about the talent that they've had to go against, but I know what their shooting percentage looks like. A&M is stumbling to the finish. What we've seen from them after the defeat, after the takedown of Auburn, it really hadn't been the same. So we saw how Texas just wore them out, hit timely shots, and that's the way I do think A&M will eventually finally go down, and Yale's the type of team that can do it. I think that's most likely. What do you think? Hit the Brigade Bar. I want you to win. Michigan, your champs of the Big 12, I think probably is going to run second with the upset. That was as bad a championship game as the Big Ten has put on in some time. Both teams just utterly exhausted. And not a lot of 1 or 2 dudes that'll lift you, though. Michigan, point guard coast to coast. It was an exhausting experience, and both teams were absolutely exhausted playing. And if you're a Big Ten aficionado, you might want to bet with your brain and not your heart. I don't think the Big Ten is going to show very well in the tourney. I think the SEC and the Big 12 are going to look very good. And the mid-majors are going to provide those upsets over the Big Ten schools. But this is going to go chalk. It's absolutely going to go chalk. You look at how all these top-seeded teams sit. No one is really facing anybody that does much more than they can do. Duke's probably in the most difficult situation, and that's only because they're minus the player of the year. But down the road, you look at where Auburn sits. Alabama State, SFU, that's not a worry for them. They're going to move right on. Louisville, Creighton's going to be a knife fight. I'm not sure who outshoots, but either way, Auburn skates through. Michigan and UC San Diego, I think a lot of people are going to see an upset there, which makes it even easier, and it could very well be a battle of 2 upsets. Auburn is going to skate to the Sweet 16. No matter what happens with San Diego State and UNC, Ole Miss is going to beat them. Iowa State's going to turn things around. Mexico and Marquette is now the 7-10 matchup. Used to be the old 8-9. Look around all the brackets. Used to the 8-9s were the closest. Now 8 and 9s are just a coin flip. 10-7s are the ones now. And it might be the 11-6. There's so much talent now. The NIL has kept guys around, has kept guys from going to Europe, kept guys moving along till they can finally start and show their skills, and there's more great guard play across this country than there's ever been. I say all that thinking there should be upsets. I don't think so. I think the guard play is going to elevate the play of the game. There's going to be an upset or two, but I think at the end of the day, there's going to be 2 number 1 seeds and probably 2 number 2 seeds in the Final Four. I think it's going to probably go fairly chalk. I just don't see a whole lot of upsets like we've seen in the last couple of years because these teams that are coming in, the ACC, Big 12, well, while they might not have been what they expected in the Big 12, and while they're not as deep as they should have been or expected to be in the ACC, those that are going play the kind of games that win tournaments. The Big 12 is battle-tested, and they've been so injured and banged up that you expect 1 or 2 teams to explode, and you think 1 or 2 are probably going to flop just because they're dealing with the injuries. Texas Tech looked like the hottest team going. I did not like the way they finished out the tournament, but it might be the best thing going for them. I don't see them getting upset too early. That could be a potential Final Four team if you look down the road. Kansas, a preseason number 1 team. I saw at least one on the Brigade Bar, thought that might be the early upset. On paper, it might very well be. And if they do manage to win through, the vibe of the Big 12 will change. It really does hinge on that because we're banking a lot on Iowa State to get healthy and play well, and we know they're capable of it, but they're still not healthy. Kansas was the odds-on favorite to start this season, and they're a shadow of themselves. Houston plays a style of basketball that is unbelievable until they run into a team that does exactly what they do but can shoot. And that's what happens in tournaments like this. This is why Kelvin Sampson and Patino and, Calipari too, that style of coaching works great until you play a team that does what you do just about as well, but does one thing different, one thing better. They can shoot. And because you have not seen it before, that's why these teams are always Sweet 16 and Grade 8s, but they don't win a lot of championships because there's always that one team that does exactly what you do, but one other thing too. And that's kind of where you see how the number 1s and 2s are going to fall. Can Kansas turn it on? I doubt it. My most fun teams, St. John's is going to be a fun team to watch. They could roll right through here. Florida, that's going to be a tough one. Of all those teams that Florida does not want to see to get themselves to the Final Four, it's St. John's. Now, St. John's has got a long way to go to get there. Florida's got a much easier road. But if there's going to be a massive upset, and it might not even be considered an upset in 2 weeks, but today, the St. John's game might be the one that takes down my odds-on favorite. I think I'm going to pick Florida, though. We'll nail that shut when we get through on Wednesday. Houston, there's not a whole lot of there between them and that Grade 8. But one I want to follow. Pay real close attention to McNeese. Will Wade has them a team. And Clemson, they're ACC good. They're plotting good. They want to slow it down and ugly it up. McNeese wants to run by it. Watch Will Wade here because this could be his opportunity. I think he'll smell it and take this team someplace. That's a 12-5 you might want to pay attention to, and that might be the only way Houston slips is they run up against a regional team with a coach that's trying to get a better gig real close to home. But I think Houston skates very well through. Duke starts easy, but that Mississippi State game weighs heavy. Baylor, a surprising 9, though you know they're tough. That's not going to be an easy matchup for Duke either because Baylor brings a knife to a gunfight. You just better hope Duke brings their guns. BYU VCU, defense versus offense in the East. Wisconsin Montana, Wisconsin, highest scoring Wisconsin team in 100 years, but that just doesn't look like a formula for a team that coming out of the Big Ten. I'm not going to pick a single Big Ten team. St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. St. Mary's almost, they did win the regular season on the West. I saw the way that they lost to Gonzaga was concerning because they got outsped. Gonzaga looked pretty good, but they're going against a big Georgia team that closed strong. SEC, favor them every time. Big Ten, favor them. Take a couple of points away from every Big Ten team you see. On the other side at 9 o'clock, we're going to talk to a couple of coaches, high esteemed, on the the sports docket here in San Antonio in just a couple of weeks on the 23rd. It's a Sunday. It's an all-day event. Over at the Northside Gym, they host, the San Antonio Sports hosts, a day of basketball for everybody, from 1A, 2A, privates, all the way to 6A, skills competition, dunk contests. Everybody who was worth accolades have got them. We've got them all in one building for an all-day event. And we're going to have a couple of the coaches of the ladies that are going to join us a little bit after 9 o'clock. We're going to talk about what's going to happen and tell you how to go get tickets. That's going to be just after 9 o'clock. We're also giving away the Mellow Mushroom Monday, so get yours in at the Brigade Bar. Tell us your upsets and tell us your most likely underdog win, your lowest-seeded underdog win. I'm on record. I think the most likely early loss, Auburn. And I think the most likely early loss or early upset, underdog, is Yale. I'm not saying if you voted that way it helped, but it certainly couldn't hurt. Jump on the Brigade Bar. And guys, AJ will be back in a couple of days. Don't adjust your sets. It's just me. And if you haven't signed up and you want to win these, go to sasportstar.com. You can click on our YouTube link right there, and you'll go right directly to us. Get yourself registered, and you'll be part of the highly esteemed Brigade Bar. The San Antonio Spurs get back into business tonight. The Los Angeles Lakers come into town. They bring Luka and they bring Austin Reeves. They're on fire, or at least they're trudging through. They're 6-4 over their last 10, minus LeBron. And it looked like for a couple of games that J.J. Redick had lost control on the defensive side of things, that Luka had thrown a bunch of it off and things were going to go south quickly. They have since righted the ship. And Luka and Austin Reeves have played well. They're coming off a win against a good, if not game, highly talented Phoenix Suns team, taking down Kevin Durant. Austin Reeves and Luka both in the high 20s and low 30s and carrying them through. The Spurs coming off a hot and cold weekend. Friday night, an absolute disgrace of a game. They lose to Charlotte by 100 points. I don't know. Then they take down a lackluster New Orleans team. But, hey, anything works, right? So they take a win, 500. Let's see if they can carry it on. Tonight, watching Luka might be the reason to go get a ticket. But this is one of those games, as a Spur fan, man, they're wearing yellow. There's no bigger rivalry out there. And here's what sucks. I'll bet that there'll be tonight, 30% Laker jersey in the frost.
Yeah. A lot of Californians here. Yeah.
Well, there's the Laker, there's the Kobe contingent. And there's going to be a lot of Kobe jerseys out there. I wonder how many Luka jerseys are going to be there.
I just know they're going to be there.
I think there'll be a few. The Laker fan is going to be out in force because this will be a chance for them to, show their colors. I was kind of surprised. Friday night was Military Appreciation Night. So you had a lot of, guys from and ladies from all the different bases around town. Fair amount of Charlotte fans in the building, which was ain't a lot of that out there. But in my history, as long as I can remember, there's always been a huge contingent of Laker fans. And right now, they're kind of a team that I'm kind of rooting for. Is that wrong? Because the LeBronness and the Luka acquisition, that gives me every reason, because the Lakers have become what we hate about the Lakers. They got some kind of inside track. They're like the Yankees. They get Luka. They're like the Dodgers. Yeah.
They'll find a way.
They get the guys. That's just what happens. But the fact is, with LeBron limping out of town, Luka finding his depth, and Austin Reeves kind of shooting, and J.J. Redick, which is really the wild card in this story, because he could have been this absolute flameout. Keep in mind, when he took this job, one of the first things he had to do was draft Bronny, or at least be party to drafting Bronny, who's been its own little disgrace, and deal with Anthony Davis, and now the exit of that, and bringing in Luka and teaching this team defense. Redick isn't going to get it, but I do think he deserves some consideration for Coach of the Year. What he's done this year has not been easy, and it's, he has some help. Certainly LeBron is his assistant coach, and certainly played a pretty good general manager. But with what they have done, it's kind of hard for me not to kind of root for what the Lakers are trying to do here. Because I'm not Kendrick Perkins. Big Kendrick said if it wasn't for the Lakers, we wouldn't be paying attention, and Charles Barkley called him out. Go look it up. But I do agree that the Lakers have done just enough. Well, not just enough, done. Just about the biggest thing in history, but they've done enough to keep themselves relevant yet again, and they might very well be able to do something kind of crazy. And at the end of LeBron's career, as he winds this thing down, if he can pull off something crazy, he's done the expected, and he's gotten a couple upsets, and he's carried teams on his shoulders, and he's ridden on the shoulders of others, but he's never done crazy. If they can manufacture something and manage to negotiate their way through this West, if they can find a way to play Oklahoma City at some point and right a wrong and revenge, this could be absolutely nuts. So as I look at them coming in tonight, man, I don't have that imminent absolute hatred that I carried with me through all of those Kobe and Shaq years. We're to the point, I feel like I never gave Kobe the respect he was due just because I hated him with a white-hot passion. I just couldn't enjoy him until he retired, and then he was gone too soon. Now with this kind of team, with this young coach who had his own particular reticness, and the combination of the trade and a hurt LeBron and Luka finding his way and a bunch of young guys kind of bouncing around, this could be an interesting finish because if you're not paying attention, Oklahoma City has become the Terminator. There is no weakness. They're all the Terminators rolled into one. And Shai Gilgeous just continues to eat them alive. If they can manage to give them a game, give them a struggle, I think we're looking toward an extraordinary playoff. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be paying a whole lot of attention to those games over the next couple of weeks as the Final Four is just around the corner, and I'm going to give away some tickets. We're going to interview a couple of lady coaches for a big event coming to San Antonio on the 23rd up at the Northside Gym. We're going to talk some basketball, give away some Mellow Mushroom gift certificates, talk NFL, wave goodbye to Cooper Rush, and all those other great things. Vic, we're going to go rehydrate?
Yep. It's about that time.
So far, we've had tacos.
We've had a bunch
pastries. And breakfast on a bun. I want to thank all those that have come by. If you got more to give,
can't see.
We'll take it. One more hour to go. Hang on tight. The huddle continues. Hey, go to the Brigade Bar. Get yourself signed up. I want you to win.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
We're back in the miller's yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stop.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
I'm going to tell you about Carbach. Oh, sweet, sweet Carbach. How I love thee. If you are looking to upgrade your beer game, Carbach can do that. If you're tired of drinking the same old, you want something a little more flavor, a little more pop, Carbach's got that for you. If you're looking for an IPA, you want flavor? Oh, man, that Hopadillo, that is in your face. And very hop-forward, very intense hop flavor. And if that's too much for you, no big deal. That's their flagship IPA. But right now, they've got Hoplectic, which is a seasonal that they've got out that's way more balanced, a little more tamed. If you're into that. If you're not a hop guy, you don't go for IPAs, that's all right. The Love Street, that's their best seller. That's their Kolsch-style blonde ale. And, of course, me personally, I'm a fan of the Bachs. I like Crawford Bach, I like Johann Sebastian Bach, and I like Ziegenbach, all three. Two of those are Carbach beers. You can decide which ones. Either way, Carbach's got something for everyone, friends, and they're all over San Antonio. They've prioritized this market. So you're going to find them in the liquor stores. You're going to find them in your grocery stores. But more importantly, you're going to find them out at bars and restaurants. So when you're out and about making things happen, go ahead and you're watching these tournament games. Go ahead and ask your bartender, please make it a Carb.
The Blitz is going to Vegas. Come along for an unforgettable Mega March weekend at Circa Las Vegas, March 27th through the 30th for opening day and the second weekend of the tournament. Thursday, March 27th, celebrate the start of the baseball season and watch all the games at the world's largest sports book, plus the ultimate March Hoops experience. Take in the action in the 6 pools and the 143-foot screen at Stadium Swim. Book now and use promo code BLITZ at circalasvegas.com and join Jason and Joe at Circa Resort and Casino.
March is National Nutrition Month, and the City of San Antonio Metropolitan Health District invites you to celebrate the role food plays in our health and well-being. Food connects us to our cultures, our families, and our friends. Health, culture, and access all shape how we relate to food. The foods we choose play a big part in our overall health and physical fitness. This March, join Metro Health in celebrating how food connects us and how it nourishes both body and mind. Healthy people, healthy community. For more information, visit sa.gov/health.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream.
Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, or big box store.
Mornings can start feeling the same. Wake up, brush teeth, go to work. But with breakfast from Wendy's, it's like, wake up, brush teeth, Baconate with a breakfast Baconator. Roll with the sausage breakfast burrito. Buddy it up with a honey buddy. Or get seasoned with seasoned potatoes. And then go to work. Sorry. When you're ready for a fresh wake-up call, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hour.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a closure on I-10 eastbound 1604 over to Greytown. It's an 18-wheeler rollover accident. Delay started Foster Road. So it's going to set you back about 20 minutes or so. Looks like they are detouring traffic onto the frontage road. 37 northbound Hot Wells, that's a stall left lane. And 35 southbound, the off-ramp to Eisenhower. That road work is cleared off of the ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Let the madness begin. Your brackets are set for the NCAA basketball tournament with your 1 seeds Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Play-in games start Tuesday night. Texas A&M came in at number 4 seed. They'll take on Yale Thursday, tip 6:25. The Dallas Cowboys wave goodbye to quarterback Cooper Rush. He is now a Baltimore Raven. He signed a 2-year, $12.2 million deal with $4.2 million guaranteed. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Synergenicshealth.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wait for it. It'll be here Thursday. Hold on tight. No AJ today. Welcome to the Morning Huddle. We're 1 hour away from my solo. Now I got to bring this thing to land. I got to take this out. I got to take this last hour. I got to find my coordinates and land this thing softly. Because as we all know, it's not so much the flying that separates the good pilots from the bad. It's the landing. It's the sudden deceleration that gets you. We'll try to ease this one in. It'll be a good hour. A lot to do this hour. We're about to give away some tickets and some pizza. We're going to scour the Brigade Bar, and at 9:15, we're going to give away a winner. If you do win, we're going to need your contact information. Go nowhere. That's in 15 minutes. We're going to go and scour the Brigade Bar and see what your choices are for your upset specials, the ones that you're going to throw on your bracket, help everybody out, help a brother out. If you're in the crowd and you're one of the most common, if you pick the most common upset and the most likely 1 or 2 seed to go down, you could win yourself Mellow Mushroom tickets or Mellow Mushroom pizza and tickets to go see the Slam Dunk and 3-Point Championship April the 3rd over at the Frost Bank Center. Other news of the day to keep yourself caught up, the Dallas Cowboys, well, they're waving goodbye to backup quarterback Cooper Rush. He is now a Baltimore Raven. Not so much a huge surprise, the luxury that is a backup quarterback. Belongs on a team that might very well win a Super Bowl. And as DeMarcus Lawrence told us last week, the brand new Seattle Seahawks, Cowboys ain't going to win no Super Bowl. So good luck and good riddance to you, Cooper Rush. We'll find another somewhere in a draft, or maybe the answer is Will Greer. Brackets hope they're in good stead. We'll get there in a sec. The Spurs play tonight. They're welcoming in the Los Angeles Lakers after going 500 over the weekend. The prospects probably aren't very good, as we have an extraordinary hot Laker team trying to hold water as they try to hold on to their 5th seed throughout there. San Antonio is the center of the basketball universe here for the next couple of weeks. The Final Four is working its way here. We have hosted ladies basketball Final Fours in the past. Regionals are imminent, and we're going to continue being one of those signpost place across the United States for basketball. And while College World has got their eyes on the road to San Antonio, the road to the Northside Gym on March the 23rd has been played all the way through. Now it's time to award those that had the kind of season. We're getting ready for the San Antonio High School All-Star Game. This is brought to you by Valero and Frost and a variety of great sponsors. And for the first time, San Antonio Sports, this thing is going to be broadcast in a variety of media. But the best way to do this is to go see a full day of basketball. I've gone down for the last couple of years. This was my first year to actually play a role in the selection committee with the good folks over at San Antonio Sports. And I got a chance to go to behind the scenes and to see the passion and the absolute just love of the game for all those that are involved, and see the growth of the ladies' game over the last couple of years. There's more than just a Caitlin effect. There is basketball is basketball regardless of the gender, and it's played very well in San Antonio. In fact, some would argue that the level of ladies' basketball in San Antonio is actually higher than the men's. And with that in mind, I'm going to welcome on a couple of legends to our show. First of all, and this is in no particular order, it's just the card that's in front of me. Coach, the coaches that are going to be coaching against one of the ladies' games this week. First of all, from Boerne, Coach Amy Ruede. Let me give some numbers here. This is her 27th year. We got 379 career wins. I would like to do the math with her along with our other guest on, Coach Christina Camacho from Judson. I don't even know how to do the math with 790 wins. What I'm happy to do is welcome on a couple of legends in high school sports in San Antonio. Are going to take part in a great event coming up here on March the 23rd at the North Side. Coaches, welcome aboard. And first of all, congratulations for a great year, and thank you so much for what you're doing in the All-Star Game.
Well, good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so glad that you're here. So whenever I talk with coaches that are about to take part in an All-Star Game, you get to coach some kids that you coached against, some that you coached with, some that you liked, some that you didn't like. When you get the call for an All-Star Game to coach one of these, and I'm sure, ladies, with your experience, you've done that both before, coaches. What's your first thought? Is it something you're excited to do, or you go, man, I don't want to have to do this? Coach Camacho first.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, absolutely. I'm blessed. This is the second year what they did,
with San Antonio sports is the coach that won last year. They got to have the opportunity to come back, and I'm super glad they did that, because last year I didn't have a senior on the team. I didn't have a graduating senior last year. So this year I'm blessed to have 3. So I get to coach those 3. But yeah, very good. I'm very excited.
I want to squeeze a bunch in a very short amount of time. Coach Ruede, thoughts on coaching a game like this?
No, I'm very excited to coach. Just like you said, you're coaching kids that you have coached against, and you've had to scheme to try to, stop their strengths. And now you get to actually use their strengths to your advantage. And so I think it's a lot of fun to get to interact with those kids on a different level.
As we've watched the game explode over the last couple of years, and we can name a number of culprits, but this game's been growing for a long, long time. And San Antonio has been kind of unique. The quality of the game around the city of San Antonio, McDonald's All-Americans and the likes that have come over the last couple of years. Explain the competitive environment, and why did we get this good? Coach Camacho first.
You want me to go?
Yeah,
okay. Just because I think the kids are getting more involved with the AAU, and they're competing in the summer, and they're going and competing against bigger, better, talented people, but they come back bigger, better, and better and stronger. So I do believe San Antonio basketball is just as good as, we've been compared in the past to the Dallas and the Houstons.
Oh, and the numbers don't lie. The number of college signings, you guys have both played party to a lot of the ladies that have moved on and played Division I, 2, and 3 basketball throughout the years. And Coach Ruede, I want to talk about that. What is a role like this, a game like this, a weekend like this? There's some kids out there that might not have signed yet, and you might have an opportunity to help them. Does that go into how you coach the game and how you play and things like that?
Well, I think you just want to give all of the kids an opportunity to be showcased, but especially those kids that are trying to play at the next level that haven't been seen. This is kind of like, that last little platform that they have to, just show everybody what they can do and get the opportunity to play at the next level. So it's just exciting to be a part of that and help those kids on their journey along the way.
I'll tell you what, we have 2 legends joining us today. The San Antonio Sports High School All-Star basketball game is coming up March the 23rd. It's going to be over at Northside Gym. And I implore you, especially parents of kids that are just learning the game, whether they're middle school or they're playing CYO or I-9 or whatever it might be, go buy a ticket and go out and spend a full day of basketball. You're going to see what your kids are aspiring to be amongst coaches and people that care about and are nurturing the game. Coaches, I want to thank you for stopping by today. I'm excited to be out there on the 23rd. I'll certainly be there. Go get your tickets. It's easy to find. Go to sanantoniosports.org. And once you're there, you can click your way through to the All-Star game presented by Valero. You can buy your tickets online. This is an all-day event. Sunday, March 23rd at Northside Gym. San Antonio's very best basketball players will be on display amongst the legends of coaches like Coach Camacho and Coach Ruede. Coaches, thank you so much for joining us. I was honored to play a part and to play a role in what's going to be a spectacular weekend. We got a lot to talk about, and I'm going to give away some tickets just on the other side. Get on the Brigade Bar. You got just a couple of minutes. Give me your upsets. We're going to help everybody out, and I'm going to give away Mellow Mushroom tickets and Slam Dunk tickets as well. We got a lot to talk about with those brackets. Texas fans, you happy? Coach Terry got a job? And oh boy, A&M, you got yourself a hard one coming up. We're looking at the brackets. Get them in front of you. Maybe we'll get you some money won. You're on the Morning Huddle. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot at 281 southbound at Airport. Wreck in the right lane. 35 southbound just past Fisher Road. This wreck has got 2 right lanes blocked. And we still have that closure due to an 18-wheeler rollover accident far east side of town. I-10 eastbound 1604 over to Greytown. Still shut down, causing about a 15-17-minute delay as you slow from Foster Road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by True Green.
We're back in the miller's yard, who now use True Green. Their lawn started looking like a golf course, and PGA Tour golfers made it their favorite stop.
Get a PGA Tour quality lawn for as little as $1 a day at TrueGreen.com. Exclusions apply. See TrueGreen.com for details.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on Unlimited Welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Get ready to play in the street. Ciclovia returns to the Broadway route on Sunday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This YMCA of Greater San Antonio community fitness event takes over the streets for cycling, walking, and safe, healthy fun. Visit ciclovia.org for more details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, it's Adam from County Crows. Come out and see us on the Complete Sweets Tour this summer. We'll be joined by our friends, the Gaslight Anthem. It's a summer butter miracle. Guess I should. Old songs, new songs. Come and hang with us.
Saturday, August 2nd, the SB at St. Paul Square. Tickets on sale now at thesb.com. Presented by ATG Entertainment.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
GimmeTheVin.com big cash giveaway. We're going to take all the cars that we buy and we're going to add $25,000 additional in the month of March. It might be a $1,000 car. It might be a $100,000 car. But you're going to get $25,000 more dollars if you're the winner. You can't afford not to shop us. Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GimmeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Try Round Table Pizza's new pepperoni, grilled chicken, and bacon pizza. And don't forget to pair it with our irresistible shareables, mozzarella sticks, jalapeno poppers, or golden potato wedges. The perfect bite to complement your meal. Find the nearest location or order delivery at roundtablepizza.com.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet. And we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place,
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, we are the ones you can trust. With over 100 years of combined experience, we are committed to helping people in our local community. Get George Salinas Injury Lawyers and put our experience to work for you and your case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
All right. Feels loose.
What feels loose?
The microphone. Well, because I like to pull it in and and usually it doesn't feel that loose.
Yeah, so I don't know what's been going on here. Maybe it's just me. I ought to leave it alone, but that was just kind of weird.
Well, I don't think you're supposed to grab it that way.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Ailas. May the road rise to meet you and the wind forever be at your back. May you be dead long before the devil knows you're gone. Lots of those Irish sayings.
Yeah.
Welcome on to the Morning Huddle. Hope you're wearing, the green. St. Patty's Day. Green beer and lime green pea. Soon to follow.
And something else green.
That's always disconcerting the next day. That's always a bit of a shock every time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of y'all woke up this morning. A couple of green beers last night and the night before. That first little pea and that came out and you went, oh, that's right.
Yeah. Is it purple or what?
Green. It comes out a little green. Have we dyed our river?
I don't know.
We normally do. Back when I was a boat
I forgot
captain,
to ask her.
we used to. I've seen pictures of the river there in Chicago.
Yeah.
The boys are out at Root Pub tonight. Go join them. Regular joint, regular place for really the best St. Patty's party I've been to. They'll get going at 2, food all night long. You can go by and have yourself a Reinagel Stiffy.
Yeah, they were out there. I think he had.
Yeah, they were out there yesterday.
Yeah.
For the crawfish boil. It's see, St. Patrick's Day is the best possible on Monday is the best possible thing for everybody involved. You get 3 days of it. There's been St. Patrick's Day parties since Friday.
I was going to say.
So been a lot of green vomit in the streets. Hey, we're about to give away a double thing. I was getting our brigade bar involved today. It's for my suit.
Yeah.
You know, you every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm not beneath that.
It's all right.
And it's good for all of us. It's good for us bracket types. If you've looked at your bracket and you're of limited or great basketball knowledge, I ask the Brigade Bar, starting all day long, we're about to give them away. Give me your most likely upset of 1 or 2, and your most likely, and it's still a negative proposition, but your most likely underdog win. I'm not happy that I chose Auburn. I've been called out on the Brigade Bar. They're a juggernaut, but all 4 teams are a juggernaut. And then it comes down to matchup and what I last saw. I don't think Auburn's going to lose, but I think they're the most likely. And A&M, I don't think they're going to lose. My Aggie just won't allow it. I want to bow my neck and get mad when I see everybody say it, but I know I see the obvious. I actually kind of like the Michigan 12-5 as maybe a more likely possible. That's me trying to throw shade on another team and not mine. A&M, they stumbled. It was a couple of huge wins, man. That Auburn win was fantastic, and that's not why I think Auburn's going to lose. I just think Auburn's really banged up right now and not what they were just a couple of weeks ago. That's the only reason I would even begin to pick. I think Houston is imminent. Auburn is great. Duke has the easiest pull. Duke has the easiest draw. And Houston is you can't slow down and guard a rhino when he's trying to get to the rim, and that's just how Houston plays. And as far as the upset specials, Yale is a 2-time conference champion. They offensive rebound with the best, and they shoot better than A&M. That's the recipe for an upset, though. Pay close attention to that Michigan game. Just pay real close attention. Anybody who watched Michigan and take the Big Ten championship yesterday, that's a broad use of the word, have one fall into their lap as they finished a marathon. You didn't leave that going, that's a juggernaut, that's a Final Four team. You left that game going, if Wisconsin plays any kind of defense at all and stops a coast-to-coast dribble for a layup win, we're talking overtime and probably an entirely different outcome. So, Michigan, I hope you enjoy this week. This might be your upset. But what do you guys think? I've got Edwin right now. I've got him sealed in a
he's over there.
A dark room. We have turned the lights out, and he's sitting in front of his terminal right now, collating collating as we speak. And he's going to come back and give us. And the winner is just going to be one in a crowd. Because we don't know. But the one that has the most common of the picks, we're going to pick amongst those. And if you've been mean to me today, like Incubus has, you're probably crap out of luck, if you know what I mean. You got to learn what to kiss and whose to kiss.
Exactly.
That's what I've been doing all day long. That's how I got this job. I mean, I don't belong here. For those of you who are just joining us, I want to thank everybody who's brought our breakfast by today. This has been crazy.
Too much. Yeah.
So we started out the morning with a box of conchas. I don't know from what bakery, but
I only had a couple bites.
Those are already gone. The sales staff got here. They got a hold of those. I had one. It wasn't a concha. It was a cinnamon thing. And then, was it Mary? Somebody brought us tacos. I forget her name. Wonderful tacos. I saw the name on the bag, but the grease had gone through it. I don't remember that. And then Jimmy brought us
Oh, yeah.
the breakfast, the Bob's.
Yeah. I inhaled that.
Dr. Torres, man. I don't know if it's pity.
My doctor is going to be freaking
Is it
out.
pity because AJ's not here, or is it a thank you for feeding all the wayward cats?
No, because
this side of 281.
No, because he complained last time that each time that he was gone, remember the building would always have some kind of like potluck or somebody, they were having a meeting, so they had coffee and all kinds of stuff, and it's always when he's not here.
Well, guess what? Tomorrow, the good folks over from the Valero Texas Open, the VTO for those guys of us that are behind the scenes, so,
Yeah, the VTO.
The muckety mucks, the guys who know. The VTO is coming over tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the tournament and things to highlight. It's kind of like one of those production meetings as we prepare to go live out there next week. And they're bringing food. I got to order some, so there'll be more food tomorrow that AJ misses out.
Oh man, I got to fast.
Yeah,
get ready.
I'm telling you after today, but yeah, we looking forward to getting with them. I guess are we gonna have to go unlock Edwin?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
I don't know if he's locked in his room. I promised everybody would give those away, and I still have something.
The keys? I don't have the keys.
I don't have the keys.
Oh shoot! Let me go find him.
You might want to slide some spaghetti under the door. He should literally be in there. I'm a little worried about him, though. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it should be that hard. I still have something else to give away, and we'll do this on the way out the door, so don't go anywhere. About 9, 50, we're going to give away some Papa Roach tickets. So you'll be here, all of them. Papa Roach will be here March the 22nd of the Frost Bank Center. Didn't Papa Roach lose their lead singer?
I don't know.
Is this a follow-up there?
Yeah, hold on.
I'm serious. Somebody needs to knock on the door for
yeah, let me go get him. Hold on.
for Edwin. I don't know if he's made it or not. And as they do that, let's go down the Brigade Bar and go after all the people who have just not appreciated the fact that I'm here. I know that AJ is a star. I kind of, I understand it. We're going to muddle through. We're going to make this. I'm called out about about Houston, that Houston might be the most likely. Do y'all really believe that Houston might really be the most likely to go down? I don't. That just sounds of all the teams that are difficult to prepare for, of all of them, Houston is the one. Unless you're going to go out and practice against 8 dudes, you can't get ready for that kind of defense paired with just enough flash offense to put you to bed in about 5 minutes. That's going to be a tough one. Gilbert is a lot like me. Gilbert P. likes watching St. John's. Same as Houston. Those guys keep coming. John Alvarez says Baylor over Duke in the second round and Kansas over St. John's in the second round. Interesting choices. I'm not sure I agree with either one of them, though. Baylor, when they played Tech the other day, they gave it everything. And led by a score that I don't think they expected. Edgecombe did not have a good game, and they went down. They certainly have the talent. That wouldn't be that surprising for a Duke team that by the time they play Baylor will have now gone 2 or 3 games without Cooper Rush. And if he's not back or if he's not all of himself, that might be one that I look at because Baylor could very well get there. I think St. John's is going to roll. Frank Botello likes Texas as the 11th seed to roll to the Final Four.
All right, the common denominator here.
Okay, let's hear the final 2.
The final 2 is A&M and Clemson all are going to lose.
So Clemson as the highest seeded to lose early.
Yes, and A&M just to lose.
Most common. See, I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I knew.
No, they're doing it just because of you.
Yes,
I get
it's
it.
the Texasness. I get it. But
I get
okay, so
I was like, are you sure?
we're gonna collate and we're gonna find our winner as we go to break, and we'll give you the name on the other side.
Yeah.
We're also gonna. I can't believe that. When I saw that bracket roll out, I watched it live just like everybody else.
Right.
And I'm not going to pretend to know anything about Harvard other than I watched a little bit of their conference championship game, and I knew that they had won it last year. And when I saw them pass, I thought, oh, I wouldn't want to have to play those guys. That's the only thing that I thought of, and that's been, like 4 or 5 days ago. So when I saw them pop up, I thought, oh, that's not good, because right after that, we got the Michigan 12, the San Diego State U. And to me, immediately when it was first rolled out, I thought, there's my upset, the 12-5, because that's where it always is. It's always that 12-5. But upon second look, it just seems like buzz and what they do and how you beat them is so obvious. And let's not get past what this committee does. These guys are really good. And not only are they know who's best. And West Virginia has an argument. But if you're the 68th team or 69th team, do you really, really have an argument? So not only do they have the right teams in there, but they also, throughout, every team is matched with another for a specific reason. For if there's one way to beat them, the team that they're playing at the one, that team can do. They might not be able to do anything else, but that one way, if there's a possibility, if you're saying there's a chance, those guys that were up in Indianapolis, I guess that's where they were. They know what they're doing there, despite the fact that North Carolina got themselves in. And Texas probably didn't deserve to be a play-in team because the winner of that play-in game will land at 11, and they're an 11 seed, and so is Xavier. North Carolina was truly the 66th best team in college basketball, and that's enough. No, they didn't win their tournament. No, they don't have quad one wins. But they competed in the ACC, and they competed in the ACC tournament when it mattered. And they lost to one of the greatest, freshman teams in history. So I'm not too mad at North Carolina, other than they had a crappy season, and it might be time to look at themselves. And let's take it one step further. I don't think the committee did North Carolina any favors. If I was North Carolina, I would rather lick my wounds, go home, and go play in the NIT and prove to myself that I'm capable than go on national TV on Tuesday night and play a bunch of kids that didn't think they were going to be here and suddenly get to play against somebody they never thought they'd see on national TV. This has the makings of a Rudy, of a Chaminade. North Carolina going down. And no one will remember how bad North Carolina was. They'll just remember the upset. It'll be like Virginia back when Tony Bennett had that team that got clocked in the first round by UMBCC or whatever directional junior college that was. He's never survived. He never came back from that. Well, it kind of. You can do it. Check your history. He really did. But the fact of the matter is, he's no longer a Virginia. That's a career-ending move to lose to a team like that. So we're going to collate. We're going to give away those. Look at the Spurs' possibilities against a heavy Laker team. And wave goodbye to Cooper Rush. Oh, and by the way, one thing we will do is we got some news from around the world. Some things that might have gone unnoticed that do need to be discussed. All that coming. We're glad you're with us. Let's give away some stuff. I'll be right back with our winners. Thanks for hanging around with us. This is the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen all this week to the Blitz to win tickets to see the Counting Crows at the SB. Saturday, August the 2nd, the Counting Crows, the complete suite store, comes to the SB. Tickets are on sale now. Go to thesb.com.
I've been hanging around this town.
Win tickets to the Counting Crows with special guests, the Gaslight Anthem from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
The Valero Texas Open is a can't-miss event. Here's your chance to enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. You won't want to miss the next defining, unexpected, and winning moments at the Valero Texas Open. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. Buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 3rd through the 6th.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text STAY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text STAY to 321-321. That's STAY to 321-321.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. And it's all about having a great time. Grab your buddies and ladies too. Hit the course for a fun, laid-back day of golf, laughs, and a little friendly competition at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, April 14th. It's just $120 a player or $400 for a foursome. A solid deal for a day of good times with your crew. The Spring Golf Classic benefits the Pan American Golf Association. But don't worry, this isn't you've crushed it on the course, join us at the Hangar Bar and Grill on Potranco for the ultimate after party. Cold drinks, great food, and good times with all of your buddies. So grab your spot, grab your crew, and tee off for a day of unforgettable fun. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You like this? If you appreciate Jacoby Shaddix and Papa Roach.
Yeah.
I got tickets. They'll be here in just a little over under a week, 5 days from now in the Frost Bank Center. We'll give those away in just a couple minutes. Don't go nowhere. Chris Graham. You're the winner of our contest. Chris Graham, calling Chris Graham. You were on the Brigade Bar. You win. You picked your upsets. We need to hear from you now. Give us a call on the Brigade Bar phone line, the bet phone, 656-3776. Give us a call. Chris Graham. I'll scroll through with your picks. Most common, Clemson and the Aggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Well,
it is what it is.
as I say, better to underwhelm them early and surprise than overpromise and underdeliver.
You think there's going to be any overtimes, double overtimes, or they're just going to be pretty much 5+ point games? I mean, every year is always different.
I can tell you, and we're gonna go up and down this for the next 4 or 5 days. And I hate knee-jerk reaction because what the first thing everybody does is we all pretend to be college basketball experts now. We all stayed in the Holiday Inn last night.
Oh yeah.
We're going to pay a lot of attention
know,
to our favorite networks and to our favorite experts. Jay Billis will be preaching truths, and we'll hear a lot from the Seth Greenbergs and the like, and they'll bring us they'll catch us up.
Right,
we got a lot of experts, but
I get it.
For the most part, when we look at our bracket and we go down that first time as they're releasing every one of them, you have knee-jerk reactions. And I like to throw down my knee-jerk reaction just on a gut, just as, what is that? And then go back.
This is your gut telling
and then with every one of them, just circle one and go, my knee-jerk says this, but I'm going to go back and do this. I don't know how you guys do it. That's just me. I also do only 3 brackets. I know some people do 6, 7, 8, and 3 is quite frankly too many. But I do one that is my gut. I do one chock full of upsets that, not chock full, but if there's a question, I'll save that answer to the flip side for that second bracket. And then my third is nothing but dream matchups, just to see if the dream matchup and what I believe the committee wanted to see play out if there was an upset, see if it did and how that would play out. I only do 3. I can't keep up with any more. And I've found over the years that, I get lost in that many numbers, but I don't know how many you guys do. Do you? How many do you do, Vic?
I just do the one.
Just one?
I just do the one. And usually I kind of, to me, pointless doing it in the beginning. Yeah, I can make my picks or whatever. But once the first round goes by, then I get to see reality set in on a lot of teams. But like I said, it just depends on how close they are. I like Auburn because they look good. I mean, they were up there. Hold on, let me look at because I was looking at the things, and I've only seen Auburn play twice or 3 times, and man, they look good.
They're the best team in the country.
Yeah,
and
they look
exactly
really good. And it's then you have Florida, then you have Houston, and I'm thinking like Houston's going to go out first round, but there's always going to be a number 1 seed that's going to go out. There always will be. And you got to pick which one it is. And if I was laying money on it, I'd say Houston.
I say, no, I think
like
you're
a
right.
Shot.
I haven't heard from AJ, but I just know from sitting next to him for the last 4 or 5 months, he's probably going to pick Houston to win it all.
Yeah, he would.
I think he's a fan of Houston's game.
Yeah.
And who isn't? I mean, for me, they're probably the second most likely pick just because of their experience. They've been here. They've done it. There's nothing that's going to happen over the next 2 weeks that they haven't seen. And they've found a second scorer, and I think that might be enough. The only issue is what they don't have is what Florida does have, and that's huge size up front. And I think that's going to be the separator for me. I'm not going to put it in ink yet, but my first gut bracket last night had Florida winning it all. and pretty chalk Final Four. Pretty chalk. I had 3 of the 4 number 1 seeds making it.
Yeah. And remember we talked about St. John's, haven't seen them in what, 20 plus years?
St. John's hasn't been good since
coming to America.
And that's a true statement. And that's one of the great things about this year is we have the return to glory with some of those teams. As many as these guaranteed seeds, these automatic bids, there's just not a lot of greatness there. There's a few surprises. Drake is going to be talked about consistently, and I think you'd be a fool not to consider them your upset special. Now, the way my bracket, my family, the one that I've been doing for 40 years works, is if you pick, it used to be you had to pick basically an 11, or we went down to a 12 seed, a 12 seed or lower. If you pick a 12 seed or lower to win a game, you get the win, that 1 point, like everybody else gets, but you also get the total value of their ranking. So you get, if you picked a 12 seed and they win, you get 12 points added onto your bracket score for that round. So if you pick one upset, you can go ahead and win this tournament. Now, you still got to pick the champion. It's pretty difficult to win these things if you don't have the champion. But the separator has always been, at least in the ones I played with, is the upsets. And as the quality of the teams has grown to this year, where I've never seen a tournament so deep with senior guard and experienced leadership from the number 1 team all the way to 68. Every one of these teams has some kind of stud at guard or at lead guard, 2 guard, or running 3 guards. Every one of them. The quality of play is going to be above what we're used to. And the super conferences have just gone through a season like no other team has ever gone through. And every one of these teams can say it. No teams have ever gone through a Big Ten or an SEC like this, or an ACC with the travel that all of these conferences have to deal with now. The quick turnarounds, to get on a plane and fly someplace and have little time to turn things and get studies and all those things in. When you're flying from east to west coast like the ACC, when you're an SEC school playing top 10 teams 2 a week, no teams have ever gone through this. So I think because so many of these conferences with realignment have gone through struggles, the likes which they never thought they'd go through, I don't think there's going to be that many upsets. I think those mid-level teams, and I'm saying anything below a 12
There's not going to be
seed,
blowout? Is there going to be blowout?
I feel like, upsets, it depends on how you quantify it.
Okay.
I've been thinking after the first weekend, if you win and you're a 12 seed, that will still continue to be an upset. But none of these guys are going to go very far. And I think the 8-9s, that's a top-up.
Like plus or minus 10-point differentials, or
I say top up. You want to lean toward the 8 seed, but a loss to a 9 seed, you got to balance those things out, and it goes the same way with the 10 seeds and the 7. 10-7, that's still a pickup. I don't care what you say; those aren't upsets, and those are going to go both ways.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about your top 3s. Those guys are going to move. I think we're going to see a lot of epic Elite 8 matchups, the kind of like what we were accustomed to in these conference tournaments where any other year this would be an Elite 8 matchup.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This because the quality of teams there. And because we do have, don't undersell St. Mary's, don't undersell Drake, don't undersell the San Diego State. Those teams aren't the typical one-bid teams. Now, some of these conferences did not have a great year, and I don't expect anything from those 12, 13 seeds that, are coming from the Mid-America and the Atlantic Sun. There's not a lot of theirs there, but it's those lower SEC teams, the lower Big 12 teams like Iowa State, that if they're not fully healthy could open the door to a couple of upsets because there are some injuries out there that are going to be floating around. The Tech going down in the semifinals for the Big 12. I think I know AJ was probably surprised, and I was too. But I think in the long run, Tech will be better for going down early. That was a team that looked tired and needed to go home. And the way that Arizona ended up playing, they probably needed to go home earlier too. Some of these conference tournaments, there was a law of diminishing returns. Those that managed to win those tight games on Thursday and Friday, by Saturday, they'd already gotten all the good they were going to get out of the tournament and prep for the championship. Now it was about chasing a title that really still matters to most, but it's kind of secondary in the hierarchy. So if you were going to make an error on
Claymore said it right. after the first week, everyone's bracket will be busted because
No,
it's
you know what? I
there's
don't
too many
agree with that.
variables. He's
No,
right.
I don't
Yeah.
agree with Claymore. No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think a lot of brackets are going to look really good after the first weekend. For those that pick
All right.
favorites, and I think most people kind of tend to, unless you just go nuts with underdogs. I think that this is going to go pretty high chalk. 1, 2s, and 3s are going to go a long way, further than they have over the last couple of years. Not anything other than 4. Anything from 4 to 12. Those variables,
Yeah,
but
there's a
those
lot
that
there,
are
but-
playing in 2 weeks, I think are going to be the upper seeded teams.
All right.
I don't think we're going to have a Florida Atlantic making it to San Antonio. I don't think we're going to see a Drake get here or a San Diego. And I think one of those two are going to upset. But I do think by the time everybody arrives, we're going to have a pretty good narrative of a clash of the Titans kind of a thing. Because I do think 3, it'll be 1s or 2s out of 3s and a mid-level out of a 4th. And we'll narrow that in as we come, just because that's what the odds tell us. But I do think we're going to have a lot of high-end types because, one, these teams have been so battle-tested. There's no team coming from a top-heavy conference. The Big East was kind of top-heavy, and it looked like St. John's benefited from that. But as you saw the Big East tournament play through, Marquette looked really good. Creighton, my gosh. So they're not – even the top-heavy conferences, the 3 that they're bringing look pretty damn good. So I don't even think St. John's is going to be undervalued. I think they're going to see a lot of that number 2. I promised some Papa Roach tickets, and I want to get those out before we go off air. Caller number 5, if you want to go see Papa Roach, they're coming to the March the 22nd to the Frost Bank Center. Jump on the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. That's 656-3776 if you like numbers. 656-ESPN if you don't. And caller number 5 is going to go check out Papa Roach. Maybe there'll be a ticket or two fall off the truck, as it were. That might be a fun show. We are winner earlier today for our Brigade Bar contest. We got a bunch of new entries today, too. Welcome to the Brigade Bar for those of you that had not been there before. I got to find his name. I've somehow lost it.
All right, so the odds of someone picking a verified perfect NCAA men's basketball tournament bracket is 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
I believe it has happened in the last decade.
Right?
I do believe we've had one. I haven't Googled
I could have
it, but
swore I did remember. That's why I was Googling it right
but
now.
we're talking.
Yeah.
I mean, we got it. I say infinitesimal. We got it at 1 in quintillion. But you're saying there's a chance.
But there is a chance, though.
You're saying there's a chance. March Madness. Yeah. Is there a better name for a sporting event than March Madness?
Nope.
Like Super Bowl, the World Series. What else we got? The Red River Rivalry. What used to be the shootout. Bedlam.
Let's see.
All of the nicknames for all of them. Is there better than March Madness?
No, because I like the Sweet 16, Elite 8, or the Grade 8.
Well, it used to be the Grade 8. We changed it to the Elite 8.
Yeah,
that's when we changed the
and the Final Four. Like that's just
it's signpost stuff.
Yeah.
And over the years, the One Shining Moment video, I don't think it holds quite what it used to, because we have access to so much through our social media and video through YouTube and all that. But there was a time when the One Shining Moment at the end of the Final Four, after the championship was done and the confetti was falling, when they showed us the highlights.
Oh, yeah.
Which was one of the best 5 minutes in sports. It was, no matter the game, you stayed through the award ceremony. You waited till the very end until you heard the One Shining Moment. Yeah. And then, as time has passed, it doesn't quite have the allure that it used to, but for those that were part of it for a long time, the One Shining Moment. Now, remember Luther Vandross used to do it. And Luther had a version, and then they changed it. It's still the same song, but then somebody else started singing it. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
And the Luther version was far better in my mind, but it is still. It's kind of like, if for guys of my age, remember when in Bewitched, when one season to the next, they just changed one of the characters and he kept the same name. It was the same dude.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's kind of like with this. They just changed singers, and you went, well, that's not the same.
And they expect you not to notice.
Yeah, it's not worse. It's not better. It's just different, but I don't understand why you changed it. Well,
same thing here.
The Luther version went away. a couple months back, did you this is to kind of stick with AJ's favorite to read weird news.
Yeah.
I saw this kind of pass a couple weeks ago. You remember when those balloons were floating over the country a couple weeks back? We couldn't figure out what they were.
Oh, yeah.
Those air balloons flying over the Northeast, and they were starting out in Canada or whatever.
Then they're coming this way.
They were
and
floating
then,
over, and then they'd end up in the ocean. And finally, we shot one of them down and went and looked at it. And we always said the joke was, you never notice one of those balloons flying over Texas. We'll shoot that thing down. Well, we got enough guns down here. We'll just load up our 410 and see if that thing can take a few punctures.
Even the kids are shooting with pellet guns.
I mean, that was the joke. Well, it happened. Yeah. A large balloon used by U.S. Customs and Border Protection, now that they knew what it was, broke free and traveled over the state, traveled over 600 miles before crashing in the high winds over the weekend. It started down in South Padre and just kept going. Wow. All the way from Brownsville all the way north. No one shot it down. I'm just saying, Texans.
I mean, we got guns.
Down.
We never said we're good shots.
Well,
we're good at.
How are we going to protect
guns.
ourselves if we can't even take down a weather balloon? Come on.
And how big is this thing?
Come on. I mean, it made it all the way through. It took wind to take it down.
Yeah.
Duck hunters didn't see this.
What are we, all stormtroopers or what? We can't hit anything.
We let that thing fly all the way through. See the wildfires over the weekend?
Yeah, I could smell it too a little bit, just a hint. Either that or my next door neighbor's burning trash where he shouldn't have been. But.
I watched all those wildfires cross Oklahoma. And I'm not saying it was ironic, but it's devastating to watch that, to know that those fires are coming. We watched it in L.A.
Yeah.
But right after that, right after this whole thing about wildfires and the tragedy of it, I've been enthralled by this Tom Hanks America's special that, that's like a wildlife thing that NBC has been showing over the last couple of months or a couple of weeks. It's like a Mutual of Omaha's.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all about the Americas, all the flora and fauna from Canada down to the southern tip of South America. And last night, they did the Great West, and part of it was the great benefits of wildfires on how that part of the world needs wildfires because it helps the grass pollinate and it feeds all the other kind of stuff. That was right after the news of the devastation. And, oh, by the way, everybody lost their houses. And then on Tom Hanks made it happy. Hey, we'll make you happy tomorrow. I want to thanks for everybody for playing today. Time slipped away. Hope our Papa Roach was given away. I want to thank everybody for playing. I'm going to be back again alone tomorrow. Sorry. No, we want you to be a part of it. Thanks, Vic.
You got it, man.
Thanks, Edwin, for all you've done.
Hey, we locked him back in a room.
Yeah, he's free. Thanks for all the food, guys. This has been the Huddle. Hey, the boys are at the roof up. Go see them wearing green tonight.